Good morning, everyone. At the very outset, on behalf of the IQAC, I want to welcome all the participants to this one-day regional seminar that we are organizing. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our principal, vice principal, our dean, and all the HODs for making time and attending this program this morning. You are aware that the landscape of higher education is changing drastically, especially in the last few years after the implementation of the new education policy 2020. And therefore, the need to update ourselves, upgrade ourselves, upskill ourselves has increased, so much so that we have to keep ourselves abreast with the changing times and the changing dynamics. And keeping all these things in mind, the college had signed many MOUs with reputed institutes, and one of the institute was the Assam Downtown University. So we had signed this MOU last year with the Assam Downtown University, which is a reputed university in Guwahati, having branches in diverse fields and subjects. And when we heard that they have interest to come to Nagaland, we thought that we will grab this opportunity and organize a seminar, taking the expertise so that our people are also benefited through the knowledge sharing that they will be doing this seminar. And therefore, we have organized this program, and we are happy that the college has been very proactive and has been very forthcoming in facilitating all the arrangements that has undertaken to make this program a success. They reached the other day on Monday, and then they reached last night, and they are being hosted at our faculty guest house, and they'll be leaving this evening. So on behalf of the IQAC, on behalf of the college, I want to once again warmly welcome all the three resource persons to this morning's one-day regional seminar. I take this opportunity to also thank all the students who have come here to attend this program. With these few words, I would like to start the inaugural session, the introductory session. So I would like to now give time to Dr. Lee Matemjun, who is a professor and also the Dean of School of Science, to take his time.
Thank you, Chairperson. Respected Principal, Vice Principal, faculties from downtown universities, and my esteemed colleagues, students, friends, media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to this one-day seminar organized by IQAC Kohima Science College, Jotsoma, on the theme Unlocking Potentials, Empowering Faculty, and Expanding Career Opportunities for Students. As our chairperson have mentioned that it is an outcome, this particular seminar is an outcome of the MOU signed between our college and Downtown University, Guwahati. And I'm sure this will go a long way. That is, our collaboration will go a long way and doing wonderful things for the welfare of the society as well as the students. First and foremost, I would like to extend my gratitude to our esteemed guest who has come from Downtown University and has taken all the time to visit our college. We are eager to hear your insight and experiences. Seminars like this serve as a platform for learning, collaboration, and innovation. They provide us with the opportunity to explore new ideas, exchange knowledge, and engage in meaningful discussions that can shape the future of our field. We believe that today's seminar will be both enlightening and inspiring. Let's make this seminar not just an event but a memorable experience filled with knowledge and inspiration. Once again, a warm welcome to each of you. Let's have a great seminar. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your warm welcome. We will now have time to introduce our resource persons. But before that, I would also want to highlight, convey the standing of Kohima Science College. I hope that you'll be able to take this message to your place also. I'm sure you must have visited our website also, but just to refresh ourselves, Kohima Science College is the oldest science college in Nagaland. It was established in 1961, and since then, it has been catering to all the science education in the state. And we are very proud to have a very rich alumni. We have people in important places and positions in diverse fields, in policy making, in administration, in police, entrepreneurs. So we are very proud of our rich history, and we want to again upscale ourselves, and towards that end we are trying our best to bring in people with expertise from different fields to the college to ensure that our students, not only the students but even faculties, are also benefited. And this seminar is one of such seminar that we are organizing. We have 12 departments in the college. We offer PG in 7 departments, UG in all the 12 departments. We have PhD in 5 departments. So far, we have conferred 3 PhD scholars from this college, and we have about 30 PhD scholars who are enrolled and working actively towards research. So our college is not only about academics in undergraduates and postgraduates, but also in research. So we feel that interactions like these and programs like this will also be able to open up ways and expand our horizon, which is only getting extended every day. So this is very briefly in a nutshell about the college that you are here. We are also happy that we have signed the MOU with the Assam Downtown University. I hope that the collaboration will continue and that it will be able to bear fruits in other areas, especially in terms of academic collaboration or research collaborations in the days to come. We are grateful to Assam Downtown University for sending 3 of their resource persons. In fact, for the information of the House, we were supposed to have 4 resource persons, but one had to cancel his trip at the 11th hour because of some family emergency. But we are very fortunate to have 3 of our resource persons here. I would like to introduce them one by one. As I introduce them, I would like to request our team to kindly hand over a small token on behalf of the college. So our first resource person is Dr. Saidur Rahman. He is the assistant professor in the department in the university, Assam Downtown University, and today he'll be dealing on entrepreneurship development and value enrichment among students. So if you can kindly raise to your feet, and also if our members can kindly come and hand over the token, I would like to request our principal to kindly put the token to the resource person, Dr. Saidur Rahman. We also have Dr. Prasenjit Kumar Das, Assistant Professor, Assam Downtown University. He will be sharing his knowledge on teaching and research augmentation through AI tools. And we have Dr. Laishram Shantikumar Singh. He is an Associate Professor in the Assam Downtown University, and he will be speaking basically on research funding, key to faculty development and institutional growth. Thank you, sirs. You may kindly take your seats. So these are our resource persons for today. We have broken up this session into 2 technical sessions. The first session will be taken over by Dr. Saidur Rahman, and he will be speaking on entrepreneurship development and value enrichment among students. And the second session, we will have 2 speakers, Dr. Prasenjit Kumar Das. He'll be speaking on teaching and research augmentation through AI tools, And Dr. Laishram Shantikumar Singh, he'll be speaking on research funding, key to faculty development and institutional growth. So these are the 3 resource persons. We have spread them into 2 sessions. And for today, we have 2 moderators. The first session will be moderated by Dr. Hezule Hegiu, Assistant Professor in the Department of Geology. And the second session will be moderated by Dr. Mua Akam, Assistant Professor in the Department of Botany. Now, we will wrap up the first session here and then get into the first technical session. For the information of all who have come, we are live streaming this program, and we are streaming this program to our partnering institutes. So not only those who are physically present here, but we are able to disseminate the knowledge to our partnering institutes. That way, we hope that our college will be able to do one of the obligations that is entrusted upon us, that is to be a point where we are able to educate our people through programs like this. So with this, we wrap up the inaugural session. Now I would like to give time to Dr. Hezule Hegiu to kindly take over for the second session. Okay. Sir, yeah, they just wanted to have a short time. It's an impromptu, very sudden request, so yeah, you can take your time.
Good morning to all, respected Principal Sir, Dean Sir. As a token of appreciation from our side, our university, we would like to just felicitate respected Principal Sir with a traditional Assamese Gamsa. Dr. Prasenjit, kindly felicitate respected Dean Sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sirs, for your token. We will cherish it. Not we, the 2. I think our 2 persons who have acknowledged that will cherish it for a long time to come. Yeah. So now we will get into the first technical session. I would like to hand over the rest of the time to Dr. Hezule Hegiu to kindly take over the stage.
Good morning, everyone. Respected Chairperson, our Principal, our resource person, my colleagues, and my dear students friend. I once again welcome everyone to this first technical session of one-day regional seminar, Unlocking Potentials, Empowering Faculty and Expanding Career Opportunities for Students, organized by IQAC, Kohima Science College, in collaboration with Assam Downtown University, Guwahati. It is indeed a great privilege for me to introduce our resource person for this first technical session for today's program, Dr. Shahidul Rahman, Assistant Professor, Assam Downtown University, Guwahati. Dr. Shahidul Rahman obtained his master's degree in geology from Assam University and PhD from Northeastern Hill University, Shillong, where he was awarded the prestigious Research Fellowship in Science for Meritorious Students and the Maulana Azad National Fellowship by the University Grand Commission, New Delhi. He was a recipient of National Postgraduate Fellowship from Science and Engineering Research Board, DST, Government of India. His research interest areas are chemical biology and drug discovery. His groundbreaking discovery of chemical compounds involved in honeybee communication earned him national recognition at the DST SERB School on Chemical Ecology, IISc, Bangalore, and an award at the International Conference on Entomology. He has published over 25 scientific papers, books, chapters, and articles in reputed international and national journals and books. He has also filed 4 national and international patents, one of which has been granted. Dr. Rahman has served as project scientist under the Department of Biotechnology program for the Northeast region at the Institute of Advanced Study in Science and Technology, Guwahati. He has served as principal investigator and co-investigator for multiple research and socio-economic development project funded by the Department of Science and Technology, New Delhi, and Assam Downtown University, with a cumulative budget exceeding rupees 4.5 crores. He has more than 15 years of teaching and research experience. Dr. Ramand is actively engaged in delivering talks, conducting training sessions and workshops at universities, colleges, NGOs, and skill development programs sponsored by the Ministry of Human Resource Development, DST, and the National Bee Board. He has also served as a jury member for the research evaluation in international conferences. He is a member of the Board of Studies for Postgraduate Program, holds membership in several prestigious professional bodies and responsibility in NAG-related activities. He is the member secretary of the Institutional Ethical Committee at Assam Downtown University, overseeing research ethics. Currently, Dr. Ramand serves as an assistant professor in the Department of Zoology, Faculty of Science at Assam Downtown University, Guwahati, where he continues to advance research and mentor PhD scholars and postgraduate students. We are greatly privileged to have such an experienced, professional, educationist, and enthusiastic speaker with us today. I believe all those who are present here, our students, will be leaving this place with so much of learning, and I believe that through this program, many of the students will be paving their way into entrepreneurship for the future. I therefore would like to welcome Dr. Saidud Ramand to stage to speak on entrepreneurship development and value enrichment among students. Sir, the stage is yours.
A very good morning to respected principals, sir, then the Dean of Studies, and the esteemed faculty members of this Kohima Science College, and my dear students. So, thank you very much. It's indeed a very pleasure to be here and share our ideas with the young minds, peoples. So today the first technical session is on the entrepreneurship, development and value enrichment among students. Now, initially what happened, many, after our completion of our graduations or master degree programs, so we look for, our primary focus is on the government jobs, right? So that is our main objective. But what happened many of the times, so we are applying for government jobs, then we are month by years, we are passing by, but still we could not get it. So we are wasting a lot of time on these processes. So why not that we think of something innovative, a new idea, or any problem which is occurring in our society or in our local regions, and bring up some solutions to their problems. So we are not only we will bring a solution to the society, but we are also going to earn revenue from that solutions which we are giving to it. Now, if you see here, you could see two images here. One is the left side, one is the right side. So both are selling what? Am I audible to you on back side? Is it okay? Okay. So you could see two images here. One is left, one is right. Both are selling what? Watermelon. But what is the difference between the two? Anyone? Anyone? The difference? You have? Or you see the same difference? Or is same? There is no difference at all. Is there any difference? Yes? What is the difference? With the right, left image and the right image. I think I will not use the microphone. Is it okay? Okay. Yes? Anybody? Anybody has? Can you differentiate? Yes? Can anyone speak out or show me the differences in the two images? Yes? See, one, I think, yeah. Okay, one is using the naturally the watermelon, which is available after plucking from the or getting from the crop person. They are just simply without any modification he is selling in the market. But the other guy, he thought of why not to, because this one, what is going to happen? The customer, he has to go, he'll buy it, take to the home, he'll wash it, then he'll chop it, either he'll make it a juice, then he'll take it, right? But this guy, what he thought that to all the steps, he want to make a shortcut for the customer and get ready-made in the market itself. So this is called your entrepreneur. So he's thinking something different. Okay? So this is how we can develop for our entrepreneurship. So you have to think something out of the box. Then this can be. Now you see, you know this Dhirubhai Ambani. He's one of the, now Mukesh Ambani is one of the second top riches, you can say, that is now after this what, I forgot his name, it's not coming. What is the Adani, sorry. So what Mukesh Ambani he said that my father said, if you want to become an entrepreneur, you will have to figure out things on yourself. Because you see, only managers are told what to be done, not an entrepreneur. So one has to figure out their problems. So those who figures out or brings out some new ideas, they only can become entrepreneurs. We should not be technicians, right? That someone is going to tell, then only we will implement it. We have to bring something new to on the tables. So that makes a difference. That's why they are very successful. Okay, again, entrepreneur is something that one has to take the risks. You have to take the chance or the risks. If you are thinking of a failure, then you can never succeed. So this is what. So if you see the process of entrepreneurship, first what you are going to develop, or you are going to discover something new, self-discovery, or new ideas in you. Then once you have discovered something new or yourself, then you should identify the opportunity. Means just identifying or discovering something new is not going to be sufficient enough. Means whether it has the opportunity to move forward, or if there is any growth, then generating and evaluating ideas, how you have to generate them and evaluate them, what are the risk factors, all these things, then you need to have a proper planning of the idea which you have in your mind, or the innovation which you have. You should have a very proper planning or framework of work. Then you have to, then once you have the planning or the process, then now what? Finally what? The financial things comes, right? Because money is important a factor. So you need to raise startup capital. So it can be of your self-finance also, or if the budget is used which you cannot afford, then you have to look for some other sources. Then after that you have to start up your entrepreneurship or your business. Then you have to see that is there potential for the growth of that new idea which you have on it. Then finally you can generate the revenue or the earning. So these are the general steps of an entrepreneurship. Now, if you see some 7 potential habits of successful entrepreneur. One is what? You need to be very dedicated, hardworking. You have to be very, very disciplined. Like you have to have something new, something you have to think different, which people has not thought of it. Then only you can sell your or product in the market, right? So then you have a proper management. That means what? You need to have a very strong team with you who can dedicate themselves. Then you have to follow the process of the markets. Then you have the healthy routines. So the proper routine is very, very important, our proper channel. Then you have to please read, then communication ability. It means what? You need to reach to the customers. Because once you have developed a product, finally what? It should go to the end users, right? No matter how much good your product is, but if it is not reaching to the customer, is it any useful? No, right? So we have to think of this. Now, that is what is slightly about your entrepreneurship. Now, if you are a life science graduate, then some of the promoting your startup can be of like, now you know that AI, the artificial intelligence is a current trend, right? So more things will be taught our Dr. Prasenjit sir in the afternoon sessions. So AI powered healthy advisory service can be a good startup for you. This will be. So it can be what, suppose if you want to start up, have an AI powered healthy advisory services, if you are from licensed background and if you are interested in genetics or you are good in genetics, then you can have this startup like combining genetics, lifestyle data and research for tailored wellness planning. Now how you can generate, suppose the earning, because ultimately the goal is what? To earn, right? So if you earning then purpose, then what? Once you have the deep knowledge as of the genetics and the lifestyle, then you can have a consultancy fees. You can charge them consultancy fees because you are going to tell them about the diet of how to follow the diet to have this, to resolve these genetic issues. Then you can have subscription-based time with your customers, then customer program, or you can suggest them some nutrition, then fitness, longevity. All this can be your earning source. Then why now? Because it has a high demand in the market recently, and as I have told you that it requires your expertise in genetics, data integration, health tech, but scalable with right partners. So you can have combined with different collaboration with different partners. Then it is ideal for all the life science graduates. Now, if you see another can be a biotech innovation and research laboratory, because you see now you have developed cutting-edge biotech solution for medicine sustainability. Because you see, if you are going visiting a doctor, so doctor will immediately not prescribe your medicines, right? What he does, he writes certain tests, right? Only the test after it comes, the report's done, then only he is what? Writing the medicines, right? So he's sending you to a different laboratories that you perform on this test and come after once you get the reports. So these laboratories, or the diagnostic centers, they spend a good amount of money. So you see, so developing cutting edge. So by you can set up a diagnostic center if you have a good knowledge on biotechnology and different types of tests. Then you can earn by grants, pharma partnership, tech licensing. So different pharmacy companies, you can have collaboration with them, and you can exchange their ideas, and you set up some instruments, testing instruments. Then you get them. So why booming industry? Sorry. So why now? Because booming industry with high demand for vector requires very, very deep knowledge also. Okay, then only it will be easy for you. So ideal for biotech research, ready to commercialize discoveries. So even in you are not only giving testing report or testing some test, performing some lab test or whatever, but at the same time, parallelly also you can do some research. So there is one. And another is the sustainable health or eco-strategy partners. Because you see, if a lot of firms or companies, they want to set up a company, so definitely they need a green tribunal or the certifications that it is not affecting the environments. So if you are an environmentalist or if you have a great interest on the environment, so you can think of these sustainable how eco-friendly strategies. So you can, because these companies, they may come to you to give or suggest some ideas that how how without affecting the environment, or what are the steps we have to take it in order to set up a company. So you can give a consultancy fees, you can charge them implementation ecosystem. Because why not? Because rising climate regulations continue demand for increased services, corruption, and requires environmental science business experts. So you need to have, so this also good for a license as well as the with ecology background. So another put the smart health application and development. This is also similar to the Biotech Hub. So this is like you can set up a health app, and you can if you are good in coding, okay, little bit of coding. If you have good in idea, then you can develop your own app, and then you can sell those apps. Or you can ask a subscription-based type, so that through this also you can earn. Now next is a virtual life science studios. So how many you are taking subscription of or taking tuitions on online? Is there anyone for any competitive exams? Yes. So you see, virtual tutor is a very it's a like very high in demand, and it is very flexible. Means at any point, because when you take physical tuition, you have to go at that particular stipulated time. Yes or no? But in case of virtual, it's very flexible. Once you subscribe those any these virtual tutorials, so you can on it log in at any time, and you can go through it, the content. So this virtual, those who are running this one, they are also in they have passed out from IIT institutes, and they have even left government jobs, and they are having good startup with these virtual tutorials. So they are earning quite a lot. So if you are good, you are very enthusiastic about teachings, so if you are interested in teaching students, so this would be an opportunity for you. So you can think of this also. So if you want to become a teachers. So now, so you need to, for all these things, you need to have policy that can facilitate the development. So you need to have a proper business plan. Then only you can be successful. So you have to identify opportunity from research. You have to first do the research. Right? So what is available in the market, what is not available, or what the problems is there. So can you sort it out, those problems? So this can be a new startup. So then you can secure intellectual property, because many ethical issues, social issues may be there, because you might have got some new ideas on the tables, but there are certain social or ethical issues. So you have to see that part also. Likewise, then after that, what you have to acquire or get some funding sources. Then you will develop the technology product. Then finally you reach out to the market. So then as I told, so that the funding is an important source, because you might be having a very good idea, innovative or unique idea, but if you cannot get the funding source, your idea will be what? In the dustbin. Yes or no? So you have to get a funding source. So funding refers to money required to start and run a business. So there are a lot of investors or sponsors who is going to help you out. So investors may be of different types. One will just pay you either or invest on you, and you will take a certain share from your startup or from your business, or some will just give you as a loan type, which you have to return with interest. Or you may can also apply for grants. So why funding is required for startup? So as a startup might require funding for 1, few or all of the process. It is important that an entrepreneur is clear about what he or she is doing, or founders should have a detailed financial, because you need to have a detailed financial planning. So why we require or one startup they require our funding is that prototype creations. So funding one you require maybe is because that you want to develop a model, right? So for that you need certain small things. You have to gather them, or you need to persist in them to develop that hiring, so you have to pay them a salary. Okay, so monthly you pay them. For that also you need a fund or a financial asset. Then working capital amount, something capital has been required. Then you may face some legal. Okay, because some, as I told you, there is some ethical issues or social issues may arise from your product which you have developed. So you may have go to the court also, or someone who was hurt from your product or whatever may be, so he or she may pursue you to the court. So for that also you need to hire a legal law advocate, right? So for that purpose also you need it. Then next come suppose for your model development, you need to purchase again raw materials and equipments. Okay, so that also you need to pay them. For that purpose also you need this financing. And you ultimately what? That if you want to have a proper launch in the market, you have to get the license of your product or certifications. Then next come your marketing and sales, because as I have told you, that you have developed a product, but nobody knows about your product. That means what? You need to do a marketing. You could see that a lot of the reputed companies, they have big holdings, right? So they are spending a huge amount of money on the advertisement. So you need to have a budget on the marketing and sales also. Likewise then, you again, now maybe your work required quite good square feet of your office space. So you need to also get the rent on it, you have to pay the rent. So for all these processes, we need funding. So if you have some of the few facilities, then you need to go for it. Now, these are some of the financial or help you can get, but with different terms and conditions. Suppose, say, for example, working capital free, here you say that equity financing. So equity financing involves what? Selling a portion of company equity in return for capital. That means what? That you are approaching some private sector and they will help you, assist you with some funds, but they will ask you to have some share on your company. Okay? So that is the thing. So they will not ask any interest, whatever they are investing, but they need a certain portion of the share on it. But in case of their financing, they are going to give you money, but in return, you have to pay them interest. So this is a burden for you. It may be burden for you. Okay, if your business is not working properly, or if there is no growth in your products. So another is a grant. So grants are what? Like these are, you can apply for these proposals. Then if the organization can be of private sector also, or it can be of government sector also. So if you are managed to, or if they like it, your proposals, the new innovative ideas, then they will approve your proposals, and they will release funds to you, and in return you may or may not have to return the money. Okay, so here there is no something like interest you have to pay, rather you don't have to pay them. Maybe some sector, they may ask you to return 50% of the money, not the 100%. But like some government organization, they may waive a few 100%. So this is some of the few with terms and conditions. From here you can get the financial assistance. Now next comes the nature. So here, once this equity financing, they are funding you, then there is no component of return of the invested funds. So these private sectors, they will not ask you in return, but rather they will ask you the share percentages. But here, yes, in because of that financing, you have to return in the time frame, because they will have some agreement with you, and you have to return the money along with the interest. But here in the grant sector, you don't have to return the fund. So in case of now working capital cash flow components, in case of equity financing, while startups are under less pressure to adhere to the repayment, means what? That you will not have to pay the money, but investors are constantly trying to achieve growth target. So he'll set the target. Because why? Because he has some sharing on your company. Right? So he will set targets. Then you achieve this percentage of sale of your products. So you have a constant pressure on if you are getting a financial assistance from equity financing. But whereas in case of debt financing, he will not, the investor will not or give you any pressures. Okay, because why? Ultimately what? He's getting the interest, what is he investing? Right? But here also, in case of grant, they will not pressurize you. Okay? But they are releasing the money in a installment basis. Because you will be having the proposal in such a way that with time frame. For example, first 3 months you will have this much of productions, and the next 3 months you will have this much of sales. So likewise, 3 or 6 months on the way you have to plan your work. So based on that plan only, they are going to release the money for you. And in any space of time, if you do not achieve that objective or goal, they may immediately on that point of time may stop you funding it. This is in case of the grant. So whereas in case of return to the investor, okay, so capital growth for the investor, whatever the capital is in return, but here in case of debt financing, one has to return with interest, and here as I said, you don't have to return the money. Whatever they have invested, it's okay, you don't have to return. So involvement in decisions. So here equity users are usually prepared to involve themselves in the decision making because he has invested, right? So he is going to interfere in your decision policy makings in case of equity financing. Whereas in case of debt financing, he don't care about your decision policy making. He or she is not going to interfere. Whatever decision you make it. I am interested only with my interest and the capital money which I have invested. That's it. And here, in case of grant also, they don't interfere in your decision making. He will not suggest you that you do this one or that one. Okay? He will just in the grant cases, they will just see that whether you have achieved that objective or a goal in that time frame. So this is how it is. Now, if you see the stages of startup, one is the ideations, another is the validations, early transactions, next one the scaling, then the exit options. So in this case, ideation, as I said, that what is you are bringing in the new on the table, what is your self-discovery, okay, which is not available in the market. You have to do a proper research on this, and then after that, once you have something new on or you want to have found out or discovered it, then ultimately what initially, if it at the initial stage you may not require a huge amount of money. So if you have, even if you have a small saving, you can start up, or even if you do not have a small saving, you can ask your friend or your family to help you. So this is the ideation processes. Now next, once you have the idea on you, now you have to validate that idea. Means whether it is really going to work it out or not. Whatever the idea you have, that is going to be really, it is whatever you have thought, is it going to work it or not. So that is called validation. So here you need to, that means how you are going to validate it. So you are going to do some filtering. Or if you are doing, developing some product in the lab base, so you are going to do some of the lab testing. Okay? So he can try methods, you have to do it. Then after that, then the production will be for his customer. Maybe you may be testing, something you have developed, so you may be testing initially with few customers. Okay? Then maybe 10, 20, 30 like this you can go on, provided there is no technical issues. Okay? If there is any human involvement, for example, any oil consumption. That may be an ethical issue. So for that course, we cannot directly test with the humans. First, you have to do in science, as we said, that we have to do in vitro testings, right? That means in the lab. So then we move to the animal study. Then once it is successful in the animal study, then we move to the human studies. Okay, so these are this is the validation processes. Next comes your early transaction. Suppose you have validated, okay, and you have proved it that it is working. Then we go to the early transaction. Here startup or service has been launched in the market. Now you are launching in the market and you are seeing the performances of any. If you have developed some apps, you are seeing that how much it is useful, the downloading can important at this stage. So in the launching market, the next comes to at this stage, startup experience at fast rate of market got increasing revenue. So here you see the scale or the growth of your product, how much selling it has been. So then next comes exit option. So what is this exit option? Suppose your market was also successful, but at a certain point of time, your product selling has gone down. It may be possible, right? Because in between, someone has developed a better product or better app, then definitely your product may go down. Yes or no? Selling of your product may go down. So in that case, you have to take certain decisions. Then how can you recover your capital or which you have invested, or you don't want to, you have seen the growth of coming down, your sale. So you can take a decision that you sell the whole company or a portion of your company to someone, some other company, or you can also merge or do collaboration with another company. In that way, it will be a win-win solution for you. Or it also may be, that could be one way for, suppose there is no growth in your product, right? But it can also be that your product selling is booming now. So in that case, what will happen? Suppose now you want to open again another company. So you want to expand your business. But now to expand your business, again you need a huge amount of money. So what you are going to do with the existing company, you are going to sell a percentage of your company or share of your company, you are going to sell it to the other. Or you will be putting it in the public domain. For example, you have heard the stock markets, right? So stock market is a place where one can, a company is putting their some shares on it and people are buying those shares in small segments. Because if he put in a huge amount, so people may not be able to buy it, right? So a small segment they are selling in the or putting in the stock markets in the public domain. So this is the way how one can work it out. Now, what do investors do for in startups? Suppose you are approaching an investor or a financial. So once you are approaching it, what they really look in your startup. Okay, then you have to have, first they will see the objective and problem solving. So what is your objective? Why you are developing this product? Is it really essential? Is it already exists in the market? Or is it solving any problem on it? So those parameters they are seeing first things. So here differentiate show a unique customer problem or to meet specific customer needs. Is it really required by the customers or not? So this is the first thing they're going to see on your proposals or by any investors. Next come your management and team. So now suppose you have a very good idea, okay? So but how you are going to carry forward? Do you have a very strong team? If you are individually developing it, you don't need manpower, that is fine because you are going to justify it, right? But if the product demand that you need to have a team, so how much strong the team is. So that is very important. And was it whether they are very passionate, dedicated or not, and is it the team which you are going to hire, are they skilled or not? So these things, the investor is going to look on your proposals. Next come your marketing landscapes. So market size, suppose whatever the product you have developed, so what will be the, how much market it is going to capture? Is it a small section of the people or is it a large section of the people? So what is the potential of your product to the reaching to the market? So market product adoption rate, historical and focus, market growth rate. So there we are going to see all the growth rate of the market. Next come scalability and sustainability. So is there an opportunity for the growth of your product in the near future or not? So these things are become then customers and suppliers. So whatever the market, whatever the products you are developing, then and who are the vendors or the supplier who is going to take or buy the product from you. You may not be reaching directly to the customer, so you may have to sell your product through the suppliers or wholesalers or the vendors, right? So who are the targets ones? So have you identified those suppliers or vendors or not? Then next come your competitive analysis. That means whether is there any competitor in the market? Already the same product is already available or not? So who are the competitors of your product in the market? Is there anybody selling the products? What is the difference of your product with the existing products? Then next come your exit avenue. The same thing which I told you, that the exit options, right? So if you are losing, then what is the process? Or if you are winning, what is the processes? So now why do investors invest in startup? Earlier one is what? What do investors look for in startup? Now next is why do investors invest in startups? As you know, the investors, he is either profiting or losing also, the both way. Yes or no? Because if your company is booming up, he is profiting. And if your company is coming down or the sale of your product is coming down, then he is also losing some quite good amount of money. So in this case, so mergers and acquisition, then if both the cases as I told you, then if it's a win also, you can expand it, then you can merge your company with the other company, or you can sell your shares in the stock market also. So how to get this funding for the startup? Means what are the sources from which we can get the funds? So there are like government grants. They are very government like Startup India. So governments are encouraging to be an entrepreneur. You are not only entrepreneurs are not only for you are earning, but also you are creating jobs for others. Right? That means how? Because you are hiring a team, right? So you are giving a job to them, right? So you are creating jobs. Not only you are earning, but you are creating the jobs. So that's why government they have a lot of grants. So you can go from there. The next come your crowdfunding. Suppose you are not able to manage get the fund from the government grants, then you can collect money from the public. So, but this one will come in a small portions, because people will donate it, right? So they will donate definitely not in a huge amount, small amount they are going to donate. So this comes under your crowdfunding. Or next comes your angel investor and venture capitalist. So these are all private firms which is going to invest on you based on the equity or the debt financing. So next come even from small business loans you can get it, or even if you do not get, or from your family or friends you can get it, or if you have some personal saving, then also you can invest it. Then next come business credit card, you can get it. Then government loans, okay, in a subsidy rate you can get it. Here maybe 100% full rebate you will get it, full waiver, but here only in terms of loan. So some subsidy they will give you. Here 50% depends on all which kind of scheme it is. Next come grant from foundation and other organizations. So different organizations, both private and private sector also, they sponsor it. Even our downtown university, they have these schemes of sponsoring any new innovative or startups. We have downtown university have ventures lab here there, where they encourages young students and faculties for having, if they have new ideas, they can apply. The minimum amount starting is 25,000. So one can apply. So these are some of the companies through which one can get funding sources. Different organizations, both private as well as private sectors. Now, yes, I told you that Downtown University, they have different programs or policy which is benefiting for students as well as the faculty members. Now you can see they have sponsored student exchange program, overseas to work as a teaching research assistant. Means teaching, working as a teaching research assistant. You see, students in Downtown University, when they're in the final semester, so they can even apply for or teaching assistant in their final semester. So where they are paid a quite good amount of money. Again, the research scholars who are enrolled in the Downtown University, they also have a research assistant scheme. So they are providing some financial assistance to monthly basis. So likewise, even like toppers, those who are in the every semester, whoever the topper, they are rebating or paying some scholarship to them, or fully one semester fees waive off. That is another is financial assistance incubation. As I told you that we have venture or incubation center in Downtown University where they encourages students as well as faculty members. If they have new idea, they can apply, get the fund, and can start their own businesses. So like this, as per requirement, emerging education policy students need to, as you know that there is also an exchange programs. Students can go other institutes or within the India as well as the abroad also. So we have certain those facilities. Now this is all about this one. Now suppose you are starting any if you are thinking of starting up a new business, or if you have something new in your mind, so those are like technically I have told you, but actually when you come to the practical field, you may be facing many difficulties. Yes or no? So theoretical taking class is different, and when you're performing that things in the practical, whole sum is totally different. Right. Now, if we take an example of an beekeeping as an entrepreneur, so what are the things we have to keep it in mind? So I'm just giving you just an example as a startup. So beekeeping can be entrepreneurship as well as a livelihood income for youth or family members. So now suppose. People, first of all, whenever we think of rearing honeybees, we think of what? What do we think first of all? That what is how we are going to benefit? Can anyone tell me? Suppose you are going to rear bees at home for income source. Then what products you are going to sell to get the money? Anyone? Honey, right? That is the first and the last thing we have in our mind. We don't think beyond the honey. Am I correct? But in addition to the honey, we have 4 more other products from where we can get lot of earning. Even it is more costlier than the honey. Do you know that one? Yes? No? How many says no? Do you know that one? No? Okay, so we'll see today. Okay, that means what? You need to have a scope. Okay, you should not move only in one direction. You need to expand your businesses. So just relying on one thing, it may not be successful, right? So you have to diversify your businesses. One is, if you are not, from one source you are not earning, then what about the other source? In that way, a check and balance will be there, right? So that way. So let us now see. Now honey. Now this honey has been used in the 300 BC onwards. That is the ancient period. So if you just see that, if you go back to the history, you will see in the rocks. See, there is a these are like honey pori. Those 300 BC, you'll see in the many in the rocks here. Then you see these are the bees. Then they are storing the honey, and here also this one. And this is the honey utilization in the 300 BC. And again, those Egyptians, they have what? The Egyptians had pharaohs. You remember that one? That they used to preserve the dead bodies. So how they are preserving them? Those time, science was not an advanced things, right? So what they did that they took the propolis, that is one of the product of honeybee, and they applied on those dead bodies. Because you see, if you do not apply any preservative material, so bacteria will come and attack them and will destroy or decay the dead bodies, right? So in order that there is no decay or degradation of the dead body, they apply what? The propolis on the dead bodies. And after that, that's how they are storing it. So this is the utilization of one of the products of honeybee, that is propolis. Okay, so this is now not only that one, they use also for ulcer or stomach ache. So I'm telling the story of 300 BC. So next comes you see in 1600 BC, the Egyptian advanced paper listed 48 separate use of honey. But what do we know? Use of honey, only one use. That is what? During cough. Yes, am I correct? So in that year they have listed 48 separate use of honey. That way I'm just trying to figure it out that what is the market value of honey. That's what we don't know. That's why we are not consuming also, right? So we are just moving to the modern medicines. So next if you come to the medieval period, that is around 5th to 15th century, then in this period, medieval period, the Greek and Roman physicians used propolis as an antiseptic and cetirizine as well as the mouth disinfectations. Then next the Persian also described propolis as a drug capable of acting against Sismus, Mycena and Eudeminis. You see red patches, right? These things. So these Persians, they use these things here for mouth disinfectants, all these Greek and Persian. But in this period, that is medieval period, honey was not very popular. Okay, next comes the modern period, that is in the 16th century onwards till date. So here the use of honeybee products is becoming very popular. Now you see here in the 17th century, like Anton Study, he used the propolis in the violin for smoothing. All these things he applied, and for use for treatment of bones in World War II. In World War II, they don't have the medicine, but they use this propolis for wound healing purposes. World War II. Then and these Soviet Unions, the USSR, then they finally what they use this propolis, they have accepted it as a very useful for humans. Then finally they have approved it to be used for tuberculosis, regression of lung and any other hepatitis diseases. So now the use of this propolis has come back again. So now if you just come to India, you could see again, as I have told you, that in Madhya Pradesh there is Bangladesh rock settler. You see there is a space of honeybees drawn on these rocks. They are using them in that period. Now these are also, you see, this is a man and they are collecting honey. These are honeybees. So now we see that a lot of people, they are collecting honey or harvesting honey from the wild. See, annually they are collecting around 22,000 tons of honey from the wild. But the disadvantage is that if you are collecting it, so you may are getting after 2 or 3 months from one colony. But if you are domesticating yourself, then in a month you can collect more than that one, whatever is available in the wild market. Now, people from different time scale, people have been using different models for domesticating the bees. Like earlier days, what you see, these are logs, 3 logs. So people are hanging on their roofs. That's how when science has not developed, so they have used in this way how they are doing the beekeeping. So then slightly they have improved it. Now with the help of the rice straws, they have made some wooden box, and with the rice straw group they are using it. Next time slowly it has moved. Now this is a honeybee a box or house, you can say, which is made out of mud. The purpose, this is being used in the Shillong, Meghalaya, where they have tried this model. Why they have tried? Because when you prepare a house with a mud, it becomes very cheap, right? So they are trying to cut off the budget. That is the main idea. Then they try to check it that whether the production of honey in this type of mud box is it high or the same remains same. Then later on, they found out that the production is bit less. Okay. Then this one, this is another one which actually I have made it. Okay. So I have modified it. I put in a glass frame on the side. But we have different purposes for making this one. We have to see the behavior of the bees, how the bees they interact among each other. So we try to see that one only. So next one, if you just go into the deep. So this is inside portions. If you just see, this is the modern bee box which is being scientifically approved, and where it has been proved that you can get high amount of honey. So that's why it has been approved. So nowadays people are using this type of box. If you just see the component of the boxes, the first top portion is the outer cover, which is it's a protection from the rain only. So that is it. And below that, this is the super chamber or the honey chambers. So this is the chamber where the bees store honey. And below that, you have the queen excluder. So what is the purpose of this queen excluder? Actually, what the queen as well as all the worker bees is going to live here in the lower chamber, not on the top chamber. Top chamber is what? This is only for storing the honey. So the queen and all the members of the honeybees, they are going to live here. They are going to lay eggs. The eggs are being only laid by the queen. Okay, her role is only to lay the egg. That's it. So if suppose she moves on to this honey chamber, she is going to lay eggs here also, because her role is only to lay eggs. So in order to stop the queen to move to the super or the honey chamber, this queen excluder is being used between the super and the brood chamber. So this is the brood chamber where all the bees land, and this is the final bottom board. Okay. Next, now if you just see the beekeeping, and it is not only for anyone, who can use it. Beekeeping as a source of entrepreneur or income. So it could be a farmers. Right? It can also be a landless. Suppose somebody have this idea, or somebody want to start this as a startup or entrepreneur, but he or she do not have sufficient land. So they can also use this as a startup. Then next come your low income group. You don't need a high investment to start up a beekeeping. So even a small minimum startup, one can start these businesses. Next come even in women's. So here you don't need any physical strength. That you have the physically strength, then only, or it is only male job. No. Even females as women can also start up these businesses. Right? Because you don't have to spend much amount or the much time here. So then next come our unemployed youth. So this can be an opportunity for the unemployed youth. So next come your as I told you that minimum startup you need. So this can be an options. Then you see loans and subsidy. Government provides lots of loan and subsidy on the beekeeping. Huge amount of loan subsidy. Indian government has started up with the word called sweet revolution. Like we have green revolution, right? So we have with the beekeeping government, Indian government, central government, they start up that project called sweet revolution. So lot of loans and subsidy they are providing it. Now we used to have what? Health insurance for us. Yes or no? But have you heard health insurance for animals? Have you heard? Yes? No? Right? But bees, if you are doing a beekeeping rearing, you will get an insurance policy also. So if you are losing the profit or losing any market value, so you can apply for insurance policy. That is only the thing where government is giving insurance policy. That means is how much emphasis the government is giving it on this one. And here you see Nagaland, we have a lot of natural resources, right? So because these the production of honey it depends on the flora. So here Nagaland there has a lot of resources. So this can be a promising startup for it. So now you see we are not only having an income source for us, but we are also contributing. When you're doing a beekeeping rearing, we are also contributing to the environment. How? Because you see it increases agriculture production. How it is increasing agriculture production? By pollinations, right? So because of the pollination, the production level also increases. Now imagine, suppose if there is no bees in this world, the production of any crop will be very, very less. Now we are purchasing a rice. For example, someone is purchasing in 40 rupees, someone is 50 rupees, someone is purchasing 1 kg of rice, 100 rupees, right? But imagine if there is no bees, your price rise of 1 kg of rice will be maybe 1,000 also. That is the importance of the bees. So it increases nutrition security, then it is conserving the biodiversity, and it also giving opportunity for anyone who is unemployed. So now why we need bees? Now bees, because 85% of plant exists because of bees. So 85% will be no more, will not be there once if bees are not there. So next, your is 300 millions of crops pollinated in a day by a colony. Means one box, if you're just putting in one box at home or rearing it, so that one colony, it has, can you just predict it, that one colony or box of bees, how many members will be inside the bees? Anyone has any idea? Can you guess it? Can anyone guess it? Just anything, if you can guess it. Yes? No idea? 100, 200, 500, 1,000? Anyone? 2,000? Anyone? No idea? Around 20 to 40,000 bees in one colony. That means 40,000 bees from one colony pollinating around 300 millions of crops every day. So if you keep the hundreds numbers of boxes, then imagine how much pollination is occurring in the ecosystem. Now you see around 1/3 of all food we eat relies on the bees. So next come more than 70 out of 100 crops are being pollinated by bees. Out of 100 crops. So next, suppose quickly, if you are a biology student, so because you see, whenever you start up any new business or any startup, you need to have a detailed plan or understanding of that particular area. Then only you will be successful. If you have just surface knowledge, you have no depth knowledge, it will be very, very difficult time for you. Okay, so if you are a biology student, now suppose if I have to start up a beekeeping as a startup, then I have to need a little bit of biology of those bees also. Right from the startup, start from their egg laying till their adult stages. Now suppose, now this is a cell inside the frame, comb. Okay, now I have separated as a worker, one side, left side, and then a drone. Now what is the worker and drone? Many, if you are not from the life science or from the botany background, it might be quite difficult. So generally you have 3 members in bees. That is, one queen it will have, whose role is only to lay eggs. One it is the drones, which is the male one. So their role is for mating with the queen for fertilization purposes, and you have the worker bees whose role is to look all other activities inside inside their house, as well as collecting pollen and nectar from outside. So you, in one colony, you have one queen and few hundred drones, like 100 to 200. That is also depend on the seasons, and you have like thousands. That what I told you, 20 to 40,000 all are worker bees. So the queen, as they lay eggs. So these are, suppose for example, the eggs on the queen has laid on the cell. Now generally it will remain standing erect like this. Okay, 90 degree. So this is it will remain in these positions for first 3 days. The next 4 days, 4 to 7 days, you see from the egg it has gone to the larva stages. So this is from 4 to 7 days. So this period we call it is a young larva. Then after that they start in this stage, that is on the 8th day, start seal the cap on the 8th day. Then after that it is going to from the 8 to 10 like this. Then after that it is going to change the shape, the positions from, that is 9 to 10 days, and this stage we call it as a pre-pupa stages. Then next comes the pupa stages. You see they are transforming it from days wise. This is 11 day, 12 day, from 11 to 20 days. I have not given the remaining one because of the space. Okay. Then finally on the 20th days the adult worker bees comes out from the cell. Likewise the drones, they come on the 23 days. So if you want to see the real picture of the original picture of these worker bees, right from the egg to the adult, these are the images. So here the number indicates the number of days. So this is the real pictures. Okay. So next, if you want to, this is a worker bee, and similarly the drones pictures are also these ones up to 23 days. So next come, these are as I told you that you have 3 members. One is the queen. This is the queen. Then the drone. Then these 2 are the worker bees. One is the newly emerged one. Another one is the forger bee. You see they are collecting pollen from the flowers. So this is the one. Now as you see that the main other activity whatever they are performing inside the colony, inside the house, and collecting pollen and nectar from the outside are all done by the worker bees. So then what, immediately after they emerge from the queen, from the cell, the worker bee, first 3 days they start cleaning the cell, inspecting the cell, so whether the cell is clean or not. So first 3 days their activity is this one. Next comes from 4 to 12 days. What are they going to do? They feed their young ones, the larvae, with all the nutritious things they are going to feed. This is a period from 4 to 12 days. They are caring, or we call it as a nurse bees. Then again from your 13 to 17 days, they will, whatever the pollen and nectar coming from outside, they are going to process it and put in their respective places. Then next come your bees. After when they reach in 18 days old, they come out from their house and they stand on the entrance of their house for guarding it, their colony, because predators they come outside and attack the bees and they steal the bees. So this is on the 18th day. Then once they reach 28 days, they leave the hive for collecting pollen and nectar. So these are all the activities performed by the bees. So then these are all they are different physiological factors. I am not going into the detail, the technical terms. So these are a brief description of all this. Then yes, then if you come to what are different kinds of bees may be there, you have a question in your mind. These are one is non-native bees, another is native bees. Non-native bees means what? The bees which has been introduced from the Western countries. Why they were introduced is because the production of honey is high in those, which we call it as Apis mellifera bees. So they are larger in size. Definitely, if anything is larger in size, the production also will be high. But our indigenous one, which is available here, that is our Apis cerana indica. Okay, they also can be domesticated. The production is quite less than the Western and one. So one can adopt or domesticate both the things. So these are, other than domestic, these are non-domesticated bees. They also help in pollination. So, but it is gradually what are extincting because of deforestations, okay, because of the human occupations. So as we know that if there is a reduction of the bees or extinction of the bees, so we'll have a high increase or malnutrition or hunger rate also will be high. So what put bees at risk? There are many factors that it is affecting the bees. There are various factors like disease are also a common factor. So one should also have the knowledge as what is harming the bees. So there are parasites, other things are also there. I'm not going into the details. Then one is that we are applying pesticides in the crops, right? To protect from pests, we are applying pesticide in our crops. But if somebody is using like a pesticide like called neonicotinoids, which is very harmful and toxic to the bees. So this what European countries, they have banned the use of neonicotinoids. But they came to know that UK, they have started using these neonicotinoids. Then what? Even the Wildlife Trust, they are taking legal action against the government, UK government. Okay, we may not in India, at this current situation, we may not be able, right? So you see how powerful they are, Wildlife Trust. So how important they are giving for the bees. So there are various factors, as I said, affecting the bees, environment factors, how practices, how one is inspecting or regulating it, then loss of habitat properly may not be managed by one who is rearing, and maybe also climate factors are also an important source. Now you see it like as bees, they move to collect pollen and nectars. They move out of their colony, but at the same time, predators are like birds. They also come and pick up these bees. Even the mice are also an enemy of the bees. They come and eat these bees. Okay, and again, climate is also an important part. So during rainy seasons, bees do not like to go outside the colony. Okay, they do not do any pollinations. So these are some of the factors which are affecting the bees. So the temperature is also one of the important factor, because inside the box they maintain a temperature of around 35 degrees. So if the temperature is dipping, so their activity also comes down. So bees are mostly active during the temperature of 15 to 20 degrees. So then how there is a decline in the population of the bee. One is that best management practices, how to treat the diseases. This could be one reason, the slowdown of the population of the bees. The using of pesticides. Then if you are planting wildflowers, or that can boost up or increase the number of bees. Then finally, if you are becoming a beekeeper, then also increase the population of the bees. So then you can also support the local beekeepers. Then you can have gardens in your own house. This also can increase you have the more food sources for the bees. Then one can also you can selling the honey or honey products, can increase it, the production or increase the number of population of the bees. And finally, if you cannot do all these things, finally just you can spread the message, the use of bees. At least we can do this one, right? Yes. So this is the things. Then if we see the effect, the therapeutic effect or medicinal value of honey, we know that it has been used for disinfections, throat, then used for treatment of eyes. Then you can use people are using the honey for different bakeries as well as in different food products. Then we have in the laboratory we have actually tested the use of the honey from different sources we have collected, and we have tested in cancer. This is a breast cancers. This is an image of the breast cancers which we have cultured in the laboratory, and we have tested it. This one without the treatment of the honey on the cancer cells. These are the treatment. You see the difference between the treatment and non-treatment. See the change in this is with no honey, but here you see the change in the cell. Okay, it is killing the cancer cells. So that means we are validating it. So which is one of the process of what? Entrepreneurship, startup, right? So in the laboratory we are validating it. So next again the use of, yes, one more is the bee wax. So we are using candles when there is a load shedding, right? So all are being prepared from the wax. So from the bee wax, then we use these bee wax are used for different cosmetics. In industries, they are using it. Then you have one more pollen. Pollen is one of the, again, the product of honeybees. So it is containing high sugars and proteins. So one is consuming, you see, it can be sold in the Flipkart or Amazon also. Then you have the propolis. I have told you the propolis, right? These are the propolis, which are bees. What they use? Bees generally they collect some sticky substance from the plants, buds. And these plant buds, why they are collecting? Just because if there is a hole on the walls of the boxes, they should seal in the holes of these boxes with the help of the propolis, because it is sticky. Okay, it's a glue type. So they are using. But what we did, that we have collected from the box and we applied same thing in the cancer cells. And we see there is again they are killing the cancer cells. So we have published this paper, so I'm not going into detail. Next, another product is the bee venom. You know the bee therapy you have heard might be, okay? So this can be also because it is used for treating arthritis, right? The bone pains and all these things people are using. So another one important term is the royal jelly. So royal jellies are what are these? These are the product, one of the product where one who is going to become the queen, they were fed it. Zoologists might be knowing it, right? So it is very rich in protein. And why you see that the lifespan of the queen is 5 years, whereas the lifespan of the worker bee is only 40 to 60 days. So what makes them difference? The difference is in feeding the royal jelly. So the queen which is going to emerge as a queen, they were fed with royal jelly, not the worker bee. That means what? It increases the lifespan. So if you consume it, your lifespan also will increase. And it has also what? That means what? Anti-aging property. So small quantity of royal jelly was sold in around 4,000 or 5,000 rupees. Very, very costly than honey. So then frequently asked questions, what are like generally in many of the houses you have seen, right? These are like they make nests in your roofs or the ceilings. So sometimes you have seen also that bees are spreading in a very bright. This is nothing but because of the temperature. Then again they may will come down. Okay, you don't have to be very worried about it. Now suppose with your curiosity you might be poking the bees, the colony, right? So with your curiosity, so what is going to happen? The situation will become this is the one, right? So you should not poke the colonies. Okay. So rather, what you can do is that you can just ask or an expert who is very expert in collecting or capturing the bees, who has well-equipped veils, okay, protective dress. They can come and collect it. So now, if I come from the business point of view, now you might be having some doubts that what is the number of colony I should keep it so that I can have some income source from out of that one, right? Now suppose for that you need to have a little bit of knowledge about the equipments and accessories required for starting up the bees. Now if you are, as I told you, this is Apis mellifera. Apis mellifera is a western bee which is being introduced in India, so it is quite big in size, in numbers. So their box size also will be larger than the local one. This is the local one which is available. This will be also be, I'm sure it will be available in Nagaland also. So Apis mellifera boxes, the price is range from 3,200 to 3,500. It may be less also depending on here also. Okay, so some fluctuation will be there definitely. Then again, apart from the box, one have to this Apis mellifera may not be available in the forest, so you need to purchase from the supplier. But so it may cost around 1,500 to 2,000. But Apis serena you can buy the box, but you need to buy the species. You can capture from the wild also. Then you need to have some important accessories like smokers, queen explorer, propolis steel, honey extractor, bee veil stand. These are some prices. Some fluctuations will be there. Okay. Now you see, once you buy one box, you might have bought in 3,000 or 1,700. So if you manage it properly, it may last for 30 years. So this is a one-time investment. Don't think that every time you have to buy it, right? So then again, you have annual cost per height, means yearly. What is the expenditure will be per box? It will be around 3,000 to 5,000 rupees only. Okay. Then again, you have, if you just keep 100 bee colonies, then it will be a good source of income. Okay, so if you are able to keep 100 bee colonies, it will be good. Then again, along with that, honeybee wax, purchaser, all, or there are some other products. Now, how much can you charge customers? As you said, if you go and buy from the shop 250 gram, it costs how much? Around 80 to 100 rupees. But if you in 1 kg, it costs 350 to 400 rupees. This is the cost of the Apis cerana or Apis melliferous honey. But if you are rearing another bee that is called stingless bee, the price is 2,000 rupees, 1 kg. Okay, so that is the difference. So how much profit can you beekeeping business can make if you keep 100 bees? If you keep 100 colonies, if you keep in a year, you can earn around 3 to 4 lakhs. Then you can multiply by 100, 200 or 500 how much earning you can get it. So this is the profit you are going to earn it, and the capital which you are going to invest on it, it will be returned within this 1 year only. Second year onwards, all the profits. Okay, so how can you make your business more profitable? Now you see, I'm just telling this amount in terms of only honey selling. I'm not telling about the other products like royal jelly, then propolis, then pollen selling. I'm not counting at all that one. Okay, so then now apart from this honey, you can also rent your boxes. Like in many Himachal or the Kashmir, they have what? Apple gardens, okay, or lychee gardens. They rent the bee boxes because, as I have told you, that it increases the what? Crop productions, right? Pollinations. So one can get profit by selling or renting the bees. In their season, they will ask for keeping your bee boxes in their garden, and they're going to pay money for you also. So that is one thing. Then you can make either bee wax products, lip balms, hand cream, selling pollen, offering bee sting therapy, rearing queen bees, or sell. But even by rearing queens also, you can sell the queens, and you can sell the box also during season time. So best season is starting from November to till the March of selling boxes, and this is also the period of honey productions. Okay, so these are some of the images which we are keeping it. Okay, even in Downtown University also we are keeping boxes, and we are extracting honey, and we are selling in the campus. In our Downtown University, every Friday there is a campus bazaar where only students they sell their products. And it can be a different product, and the concept of Downtown University is that earn while you learn. So one of my students, I don't know what are the products he was selling on the one Friday, that Friday only, she's earning 4,000 rupees. So every week, once that is on Friday, student they sell their products. Okay, so that is the thing. So these are some of we have projects, the DST projects, through which we are implementing one projects in one tribal areas. So integrated farming, where bees is one of the components, and there where we are giving training and skills to the local people, so that they come up with their own earning source, because people are there because it's quite remote places. So beekeeping is one of the components, but it has also mushroom productions. Okay, our university has vermicompost and mushroom production also in our campuses. So I'm not, because of the lack of time, maybe I'll not be going with this mushroom production. And here also, I think in Nagaland we have lot of scope of mushrooms productions because there are different varieties of edible mushrooms also. I think with, when we are having interaction with the principal of this Kohima Science College, he has also quite good knowledge of mushrooms. Okay, so you can have more idea from him. So I'm not going into the much detail because of the time constraints. Okay, these are different parts. I'm not going into the details. So you see here, like our university, they are offering a lot of skills oriented courses and employability courses. You see here, entrepreneurship also one of the components which our university encourages. You see the rise in the entrepreneurship in 656. So our skill development program, you see, so all of some policies which government, our institute has encouraged for that one. You see, out of all these different policies, is our university has adopted, one is among the startup policy for the student, where they are funding the students if they have a good idea and they want to have a future on that one, right? So then again, you said quality insurance of IQC of Asantana University, innovation and startup is also one of the component apart from all these components. So this will be, you see, number of, we have other value-added courses and the certificate courses, where our institute has around 73 certificate courses where one can avail it free of cost. Means while, suppose you are taking an MSc, or you have taken an admission in MSc in Downtown University, for example, any course, for example, botany, zoology, any life science. Apart from that, you can also take have the opportunity to take one certificate course every semester. Means that is to increase or enhance your skill, so that you don't have to depend on others. That is the main idea. Okay, so this is the startup incubations. You see, gradually from 2018 to 2023, the startup has increased. There is increase in publications. Then there you see the increase in the skill development program of our university. So you see, these are certificate courses to be offered at different semester by the downtown universities. Now, apart, you see lots of different hospitality or any kind of management, the computer science, data analysis, art and bakery, all these things are there. Okay, right from the there, and you see, out of this is one is the what? Apiculture, beekeeping, one of the certificate course, where I am the coordinator actually. Okay, so we have 73 different courses where one can avail free of cost. University does not charge any money after that one. So these are some, yes, as I have told you that our university has incubation center, that is Downtown Venture Lab, where you can put your ideas, proposals, and if they really like it, then they will approve your idea and they will release the fund to you, and you can start it. Like these are, you see, these are the grants, innovations, ideas, which one, and these are different products. I'm just putting a few only because of time and slide, you will not allow. And these are, see, our students. These are zoology students, where we in our campus only we are rearing bees. So students are practical, having hands-on session there. You see, extracting honey by themselves. Okay, these are all the skill-based program we have. The professional skills. This comes under professional skills. These are the images of our projects which we are adopting in one of the villages which I have told, sponsored by DSC, Government of India, and we have, because we need stands for keeping the boxes, right? We have modified by ourselves, like this type of boxes, stand we have, so to reduce the cost of the whole setup. Okay, that is the main idea within it, and this is the, finally, I conclude this session, and if you have any query, you are free to ask. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us with your knowledge and helping our students to get the idea, the basic concepts on how to become an entrepreneur. And I believe that through this, they will not be having the tension of sitting for exams for those who are not interested in the days to come for competition exams. So you are free, and Sir has nicely and basically from the grassroots level, he has taught us the basic concepts and the formula to become a successful entrepreneur. And I believe that this will be helping most of you to become a successful entrepreneur in the days to come. If there is any question, we will entertain 1 or 2 questions. If anyone wants to ask any question. They always say if someone does not ask any question, either 2 stage, either they knew everything already, or other is they don't know anything. So I believe everyone already understood everything that Sir has told us. Thank you so much, Sir.
If you want, I can complete 10, 15 because of my time is late. But it's already for
Yes. No, we'll have the last break.
Huh?
Yeah, that will be coming at the 1
Okay.
after 1, so I will have lunch.
Okay.
Okay, so that's done. We have come to the end of our first technical session. For information, students, as you walk out, there will be lunch package distributed outside, so kindly take your lunch. And thank you so much for turning up and making this program a success. And for the resource person, your lunch is prepared in our lunch room, so kindly head for the lunch. Thank you.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the second session of our today's one-day regional seminar. And we have 2 very interesting topics to be dissected in this session. And before that, I want to thank IQAC, our organizing committee, for giving me this privilege to moderate this session. And when I look into these the topics, I think this is the right time to discuss on these topics because most of our faculties, I think they are eager to learn something on this because both the topics are very intriguing, happening, and it will help us to grow as an academician. If anyone wants to ask any questions in the middle of their presentation also, the speaker said that we can ask. So we have the liberty to ask. At the same time, time will be given for discussion after both the presentation completes. Okay, so you can write on the question and you can ask question and we can have discussion on it. Now, first speaker, I'll invite Dr. Prasenjit. He's going to speak on the topic on teaching and research augmentation through AI tools. When I say AI tools, I think all of us are aware of it a little bit. I think the peripheral, the skin surface of it. But literally what is AI it's all about in research and teaching, I think we all are still lagging behind a lot, I believe. I myself also, I'm also lacking in it. I don't know much about it. I'm eager to learn about this AI thing. I wish this AI thing was there during when I was pursuing my PhD. I wish. It was a very challenging time. There was no internet, internet was not very good. Now the technology has come up so much that this AI thing can assist us in so many ways. In literature review, right? And searching the literatures and analyzing it and doing all the difficult these calculations of literatures and bringing up to the summary. I think this is a very interesting tool. But I want to say one thing to my understanding, like AI, if you know how to use it very well, then I think it can help us to improve our minds and thinking. But if we rely fully on the AI, then again, it will retard us again. I think that's a very important thing that all of us should keep in mind while listening to this, based on my experience. So now, I would like to say a little bit about our speaker today here, Dr. Prasenjit. He is an assistant professor in computer science and engineering program, specialized in information security and cloud computing. It's a new thing for me, I don't know. He earned his PhD from National Institute of Technology, Silchar, and he has 6 years of teaching experience. And then he have got a very good publications, almost 6 publications, and then he have attended several conferences, and he even have 2 patents. That's very interesting. So I think we are going to learn a lot. We are going to learn a lot from you, sir. We look forward to your presentations. Now, so I welcome Dr. Prasenjit to deliver a talk on the given topic. Thank you.
So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, sir. First of all, while introduction, you have already told about the topic that I'm going to discuss today, and you have already said the gist of the entire discussion, like how AI gonna help us or in our teaching as well as research work. So I'll just okay. Okay, sorry for this one. Okay, so thank you so much once again, and it's been a great honor and pleasure for myself to be here among you all, being one of the prestigious institute of Nagaland. It's my first visit, and it's a great pleasure to be here. So as I have already told, the topic of today's discussion, or my topic of discussion, will be teaching and research augmentation through AI tools. Now, why it is becoming a point of discussion in the recent years, like from last 3-4 years, although it has been introduced long back, but why we are so much talking about, to learn about, or discuss about AI. So before going on to the details of what AI is or how AI can help us, I'll just want to highlight few things that has been put into NEP 2020. Okay, so these are the things that has been entrusted or that has been included in National Education Policy 2020, that is learn, unlearn, and relearn. Learning is a lifelong learning, is being in our academics, lifelong learning is always should be there. Unlearn means To unlearn means to forget outdated things or remove those things are not relevant as of now, and relearn the new technologies that are going to help us in our day-to-day life, societal impact, as well as contribution to the research fields. So, keeping in mind, they have said that with the scientific and technological advances, such as in the rise of big data, machine learning, artificial intelligence, many unskilled jobs may be taken over by machines. This is a predictions, not exactly it's said, but these are been assumption that has been put in there. So that is why there is a need for a skilled workforce with multidisciplinary abilities across the science, social sciences and humanities, which will be increasingly in greater demand. So if I am from humanities background, it doesn't mean that I should not have, or I should not have the basic idea of the AI, or I should not get benefited from the advancement of the technological benefits. So with quickly changing employment landscape and global ecosystem, it is becoming increasingly critical that students or children not only learn, but more importantly, they also know how to learn. We should also know, now learning is a process, but with the advancements of technological, now how to learn, how AI can assist us in learning, those things also we have to. So these 3 points are being highlighted related to, I have taken from NEP 2020 that focus mainly on learning a new technological development across the all disciplines. So moving forward, now as we talk of intelligence, right? As we talk of intelligence, what is an intelligence is? We all human being, and human brain is considered to be most intelligent. So, but what is an artificial intelligence is? A machine cannot be considered as intelligent as a human. So, intelligence is something that is ability to learn, that human usually have, perform suitable techniques to solve problems and achieve certain goals, which has been defined by Stanford University. But at the same time, a modern factory robot, which is very much flexible, accurate, and consistent, but cannot be considered an intelligent because it doesn't have that decision-making capability, depending on the certain scenarios. So, on that, now next comes what is artificial intelligence is. So it is a branch of science and technology that has been devoted to creation of machines. When I say machine, it doesn't mean something like robot, but basically it means building up of application or a computer systems that learn and think as intelligently as human being is. We are trying to match the human intelligence. While trying to do that, we need to have certain rules and regulations. We have a lot of constraints. Because human mind, you can imagine, to catch or to be at par with the human mind, or to make a machine at par with use of human mind is a very cumbersome task. It's not very much easy. So artificial intelligence is all about making a machine or trying to be as intelligent, but it is always, there is a huge gap. You cannot replace. Okay, I'll come to that as I move forward. So this is all about how artificial intelligence is. So it's mainly automation is used in artificial intelligence is used in automation, robotics, virtual assistants, softwares, self-driving cars. These are certain areas where artificial intelligence is being widely used. Now, so simulation of human intelligence process by computer system. So basically, this is a continuation of what artificial intelligence is. It's a simulation of, we are trying to simulate human intelligence. So we know certain characters of humans are like understanding. Human mind can understand. We can have the capability of reasoning, learning, solving problems, and most importantly, effective communication. So in doing that, the science and engineering of making an intelligent system, when I can say a machine is an intelligent, when it has this particular, out of these all features, at least few features should match, then only I can say the machine to be an intelligent. So especially an intelligent computer programs like we have all know about Siri, everyone heard about Siri and Alexa, right? All we have used also. So these are one of the best example of an artificial intelligence system, where it is trying to, whatever I am asking, it's repeating or it is following my instructions. Alexa, play this. Alexa, do this. It's following certain instructions. But they are meant to be that way. That system has been designed in that way. So this is a small example of artificial intelligence application, trying to copy the human intelligence or human mind. So applications in daily life, healthcare, one of the area where artificial intelligence have contributed in an immense way. If I talk of healthcare system, like disease detection, like cancer, tumor, there has been an extensive work in the field of healthcare with the help of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence have contributed in an immense way. Why or how it has helped us, I'll discuss in the next slide. Agricultural field, agricultural sector also, artificial intelligence have contributed in a huge way. Retailing, productivity in work, as well as in our personal life. Also, artificial intelligence has been, there has been a lot of applications of AI in our day-to-day life. Now, why there is a sudden boom in AI systems? Like earlier, like as Sir told, like during maybe when Sir did his PhD, that time these things were not there. Like I'll come to those part of like literature review and all in the later part. But from last few years, we all are talking about artificial intelligence. Sometimes a question also arises, whether faculties or teachers will be replaced by some machines or applications where student will simply sit in class and some non-human machine will keep on discussing or deliver a lecture. So will it be that? So that is a big question. So I'll answer to that question later in the last part. But why is a sudden boom in the AI system? Significant improvement in the computing power is one of the reasons. Computing power has been increased significantly, and data storage capabilities. 5 years back, the mobile capacity that we are having right now, it was not there 5 years back. The RAM which we are using currently was not there 2-3 years back, right? Everyone is using nowadays we are using smartphone, smart watch. Everything is smart where lot of data can be stored, right? So with improvement in computing power as well as data storage capabilities, there has been a growth of internet, social media, and other digital technologies had led to accumulation of huge number of data. Means day-to-day life, we can see it ourselves only. Whenever we go outside, we click photographs, we share videos, these and that, right? Even our mobile, I think everyone mobile capacity is full, right? Because day-to-day life, we are using or accumulating large number of data. Now, with the help of this data, which can be used for analyzing, and that can be used to train AI models. With the help of this huge accumulation of data, which we also termed as big data, okay, we can train the AI models. So with this technological advancement of internet, computing power, and storage capabilities, data accumulation has been drastically increasing. And with the help of, as the data is growing, there is a possibilities of training the AI models, okay? Because AI has, if I have to make a machine as intelligent as human, I have to train that machine, okay, with several past data, so that it can get same experience or same type of things that a machine can behave, okay? Now, advancement in AI research, like deep learning, new concepts has been come, like deep learning, machine learning, and deep learning, And moreover, advancements in natural language processing, where a computer system understands human language. Okay? It's a part of AI, NLP or natural language processing is a part of AI, or it's a part of AI where computer system understand human language. Okay? So the ability of AI to understand, interpret human language. So because of this advancement, AI has been is being used in a very extensive manner across the all domains. Now, if I talk of technical applications of technical application areas of AI, it has been widely used in image processing, sentiment analysis, natural language processing, video processing, speech processing, Internet of Things. These are all technical areas where there is a huge advancement, or there is a huge applications of AI has been done. Image processing, just now I told, like in medical, by training a system, by making a system where several tumor images are trained, and we can predict a probable brain tumor or disease like breast cancers and all. There has been a huge number of applications of AI in such domains of healthcare by the help of image processing, by taking the data where the data are images, medical images. Basically, it is medical images. Okay, this is just an example that I'm sharing with you. So these are all the technical areas where there has been extensive use of AI. Now, the main part, or the main importance where we are, because of which we are here to discuss of AI in education, how AI is helping us in the field of education, in the academic. Okay, so basically, as the use of computers in education are primarily aimed towards, because to increase the accessibility. Earlier days, only maybe the engineering or these branches have the computers. Now across the all domains, there is the use of computers, accessibility is there, so that because of the computer accessibility, learning resources can be accessed from anywhere, anytime. Secondly, facilitating personalized learning inside and outside the classroom. Learning can be tailored and adapted to each student's goal and abilities to a personalized problem. Now, being a teacher, being a faculty, always our target is to, we have to learn all the new things, the new advancements before going for a class or preparation. Now, how AI is helping us facilitating personalized learning inside and outside the classroom domain also, in a very effective way. Now, time-consuming, tedious tasks such as record keeping, grading, multiple choice test can be completed through AI automations. Now, there are a lot of application tools which I will briefly discuss that can help us taking exams, tests, okay, keeping the record of the students, grading them, okay, with the help of AI application tools, which are of great help. Although in Indian education system, very few institutes are using this type of AI tools or the applications, but outside India, it has been widely used, because again, the number of students are usually less per class outside what I have gone through. But again, I think in near future, everyone will have to use for effective grading system, for effective exam taking and all, because of that basically helps us in time constraint. Well, means basically it will help us in managing the time. In a less time, we can do a lot of tasks. Second, last, exploring a fundamental question about how people learn. How can I learn? That also becomes a way of how effectively I can learn, can be also assisted by AI. So, next comes empowering teachers and enhancing teaching with the help. So AI applications basically aims to help teacher reduces workload by automating tasks such as, again, which I've already told, like assessment, then checking the plagiarism detection. Moreover, AI application tools can be used for administrations, purpose also, as well as getting the students' feedback, which is one of the very important part of any institute and an organization. AI-driven discussion forum, monitoring, okay, AI-driven discussion monitoring forum, like AI assistant are widely used in organizational websites, where any assistant you are required for, if you want to have any information related to, let's suppose, Kohima Science College, if you have an AI assistant in your website that will all frequently asked questions can be easily. These are all AI assistant discussion forum for monitoring, forum for monitoring, okay? Now AI-powered teaching assistants are also there, which can be extensively used by the faculties, like Khanmigo is one of the AI tools, and TechMate AI is another tool. Basically, these are designed to streamline faculty's workload, automated tasks, and provide personalized learning experience. Okay, so these are some available AI tools for teaching assistant. So, why the empowering role of teachers is important? It is widely agreed that AI tools become more available in classroom. It is likely that teachers' role, the more there are available tools for the students, the role of teachers is also a bit changed, okay? So what is not clear is how this will happen. Still it is not clear how effectively these things can be done. So teachers, that is why we'll need to build new competencies, because we have to adapt with the new technologies, we have to have the hands-on practice or get an idea about how to use those applications. Because there are a lot of application tools are available that can assist us directly or indirectly in our day-to-day workload related to academics. But again, we have to build up that new competencies. I have to be expertise at least up to certain level so that I can ask our students or to use that, as well as our teaching fraternity among us. So teachers will need to build a new competencies to enable them to work effectively with AI and undertake appropriate professional development to foster their human and social responsibilities. So empowering the role of teachers is also very important regarding with the help of AI tools. Now this is what all about I have discussed related to teaching related things. Now moving on to the role of AI in academic, or you can say in a research field. So as I know, like a lot of research scholars are here. So first thing when we go for a PhD, the first thing everyone has to do is like literature review. Now AI assistant literature AI tools quickly helps us to scan and summarize thousands of academic papers. And at the same time, because of that, it saves time and ensures comprehensive literature coverage. Secondly, AI can help us extensively it can help us in data collection and analysis. AI automates data gathering from various sources like web scraping, sensors, which enables us to advance statistical analysis and pattern recognition. I will name certain, I'll discuss, I'll give certain tools name also, which has that are open source, that can be used freely, which help us to do our research work in a very efficient way. But again, there is both pros and cons of utilizing or using this. So I'll come to the conclusion in my last part. But before that, just I just want to discuss like what are the things or in which way AI can assist us in our research work. Now, predictive modeling. Whenever we have to do research something on predictions and this, extensive use of AI algorithms or AI applications are there. Machine learning models help predicting outcomes or trends, which are very much useful in the field like healthcare, climate change, economics, and etc. NLP is also one part of artificial intelligence that help us to analyze text, sentiment analysis, and translation of academic content, enhances comprehension of large volume of textual data, then followed by, this is a very much technical, which may not be required for your research work, but again coming to the engineering part like image and signal processing, if we have to do that type of tasks that also can be widely used with the help of AI applications. Research paper writing assistance, plagiarism detection, these are also widely used or commonly used. With the help of AI tools, we can get the work done very much easily. Okay, these are all areas through which AI can assist us in a very effective way. Now, certain AI tools I'll just like to discuss. Now, content creation and lesson planning. These are the AI tools that are being widely used for content creation AI tools. Like Edu8 AI is one of the AI-powered teaching assistant that helps out with lesson planning, instructional design, and generating educational content. Similarly, Magic School, it is also another comprehensive platform over AI tool to assist lesson planning, assessment creation, and more. Followed by Canva Magic Studio. It is a tool for generating design assets and creating engaging visuals for lessons. Sometimes we have to design a visual PPTs or visualization applications. So this Canva Magic Studio can be of great help. SlidesAI.io is an AI tool that can help us create presentations very quickly and effectively. Sometimes if we are running out of time and we have to present something, then it can be of a great help. Then Beautiful.ai is another AI assistant presentation design tool. Again, ChatGPT. Everyone is very much commonly commonly used word is a ChatGPT. While not specifically designed for teachers, but ChatGPT can be used for generating ideas, creating written material, and streamlining lesson plan. It can be, okay? If you use it efficiently, it can be of a great help. Similarly, APT, Defeat, Khan Migo, again I have said an AI assistant developed by Khan Academy, which will basically help us in writing emails, newsletters, and very much other tasks. So these are very commonly available AI tools. Maybe we are not at all using these tools, but these are very much available for our own benefit. For assessment and grading tool, Gradescope is one of the most widely used an AI assistant grading platform that can help teachers grade assignment and test faster and more efficiently. Turnitin is again a tool for detecting plagiarism. All the research scholars, we commonly use this plagiarism software, Turnitin. Then Quizzes is another creative platform for games and interactive quizzes. Sometimes you have to give a quiz for the students for internal assessment. Then this type of applications are there available that can be utilized by the teaching fraternity. Now, if I talk about the best AI tools for science research or commonly used for literature review and knowledge discovery, Semantic Scholar is widely used for literature review. Semantic Scholar is an academic search engine. Cite.ai is also a smart citation tracker where we can get good cited papers according to our requirement. Research Rabbit, Alicet, these can be used for our effective literature review and knowledge discovery. So these are the very commonly used AI tools that can help us in our literature review. Again, I'm saying, as I have already told in the very beginning, AI is assisting us. AI should be a tool that assists us in our work. But again, after getting assisted, our human mind cannot match with what AI is. AI can. Okay, our tasks get reduced in a less duration of time. I got the summary, but your interpretation, your understanding is much, much more better than what AI can do. So your task get reduced in a less duration of time, but you should not fully rely, 100% rely on the AI tool, because there can be a biasness, because I'll say a few things related to what ethics related to this one. Now, again, data analysis, one of the most important part of any research work, which is commonly done, we all have to do in our research work, that is data analysis. Now, KNIME is one of the most commonly used open source software tool which is used for, can be used for data analysis. Similarly, Google Colab with Python, this is also open source, can be used for our data analysis part. R Studio, these are all open source. But MATLAB, again, up to certain extent, you have to get your subscription also for MATLAB, research purpose. Apart from that, we have SPSS. SPSS, IBM SPSS is widely used in across all the research academic, irrespective of any field, for statistical analysis part, but that is not open source. SPSS has to be, it's widely used across the academics, but that is not open source. You have to get the subscription for SPSS. So these are certain important data analysis tool, AI tool that can help us. Lab automation, scientific writing for our writing of thesis or a paper up to certain extent. But ChatGPT with code interpreter is not free. It's not open source. It's the SCI Note, manuscript writer, or Grammarly. These are certain tools that can be used. Grammarly we use for correction of our grammar in our sentences, and correction of this for our while writing our research papers and thesis, which very much widely used for writing and editing our papers. Okay, now domain-specific AI tools now for bioinformatics, DeepCam, AlphaFold, these are certain domain-specific tools are also there. Now, if you are working on that domain, you can do a certain research, like which AI tool can be applicable for your task, your research work. It's not that any and every tool can help you in your research work. Okay, so this is all about certain tools that can be helpful to perform our research in a more innovative way, in a more better way. AI is an assistant, not a replacement. I cannot, being a researcher, I will not say that you have to you cannot fully rely on AI, because there always be this is already I have discussed, because there should be an ethics, because without ethics, without certain proper ethics, we cannot rely fully on AI. So first thing, there can be a biasness, whatever written or whatever document you are getting out of your literature review. What is the surety that, what is the possibility, or what is the proof that it is fair enough, that it has gone through all what effectively analysis has been done effectively or not. There can be a biasness, right? So ethics is very much important while using AI tools. So we have to keep in mind, so there can be a biasness and fairness. Again, we have to very much keep in mind about the security of our security, in the sense, because when we are using of AI tools, we are dealing with data. Our data are very important, because data, because of the data only we are getting effective results, right? So whether my data are secured enough that for fruitful outcome or effective outcome, that can be applicable for, that can be an effective for the societal purpose, that has to be ensured. Okay, responsibility, it's a responsibility of every researcher, every academician to use AI in a very effective way. AI is an assistant, I am repeating again and again. It can help us, the tasks that may take years, that can be solved in months. That is what everyone is asking, but it is not a replacement. We should not fully rely on AI. Safety and transparency, all these things have to keep in mind while using AI. Moving way forward, last two slides. Educators need to develop a better understanding of AI impact, including on education and research. Educators and students should have a basic understanding of AI and data uses to be able to engage positively, critically, and ethically. Because without, in research, if we don't have the ethics, then results can be a disaster. You may feel that, you may be happy currently, but in a long run, if we don't follow a certain ethics while doing our research, it may lead to a disaster in the long run. Okay, with this technology and exploit its full potential. So conclusion, AI empowers, not replaces. Okay, it replaces, AI empowers educators and researchers. It automates repetitive tasks and improve efficiency. So we are using AI for our increasing the efficiency of our work. It enables personalized learning and deeper student engagement. Okay? Moreover, it can accelerate data analysis. Okay? I can do very effective data analysis, support innovation. With the help of AI, more innovative ideas, more innovative results can be achieved. And finally, the future is human plus AI, means working together for a greater impact. That's all from my side. Thank you so much. If you have any queries, we can discuss later also. I think sir will.
We will take the questions for the discussion session. Right? If you have any questions, we'll take it to the discussion session. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Prasenjit. I think AI is happening in our brain now. But machines are not as intelligent as human. That realization is given to us. And we can't fully depend on AI for solving the problems. I think those messages are clearly given to us by our speaker. And there are a lot of tools. I would just want to make a point here. Is there any possibility for you to show us some demo of any of the tools? Any possibility? Yeah, after sir's presentation, if you can show some demo of research tools or teaching tools, any of those. Okay. Now, thank you, sir. Again. Our next speaker, my friend, Mr. Laishram, Dr. Laishram. Actually, I beg an apology to him because I could not recognize him earlier. In fact, he recognized me first because we met in one of our annual meeting of a project in chemical ecology. And then I'm so happy to see him here, but I beg an apology for that, sir, again. Research. When I went through his CV, he's a massive in research. He's doing a lot of good research. And his CV is endless. He is a microbiologist, basically. He did his MSc, BSc in microbiology. And then he has his research interests in area like microbiology, microbial biotechnology, bioprospecting. He have got several awards like Best Faculty, Best Oral Presentation in Seminar and Conferences. And he have done one important thing. He have done a massive research through government funding. He have done 5 major research projects. That's huge, quite impressive. Major research projects, that's huge. And then he is guiding PhD scholars, publishing a lot of good papers. He have written books, and then he have even contributed a lot of chapters in several books. And when we go through this, his CV, again, one thing is that he is a life member in many professional bodies, which shows he's very, very interested in his profession. If only we can be a member in professional bodies, then that drives us to work more towards our professional interest. So here, when it comes to his topic is on research funding, key to faculty development in institutional growth. The topic is very rightly mentioned here. Any institution cannot grow by just government funding. If a faculty can bring research fundings, that will help to improve the department in enriching the instruments and in R&D. And when we talk about research fundings, even me, I have struggled a lot in getting the research funding in the beginning, but Now, 1 is a very simple formula. If you get 1, the rest 2, 3, 4, it comes very easily. Okay. I used to say this to my students, if you know how to write Mahindra Maruti 800, you can write even Mercedes. It's just like that. So the first step is very challenging. But what are the fundings? From where can we get the fundings? First step is quite challenging, I know. And then Sir will dissect all those things for us today. So now I give time to Sir to talk to us and help us to just go through all those thoughts and scares and fears of writing the research proposals and getting the research funds. Thank you. Please take your time.
Good afternoon to all. In fact, it's very, very nice to be here out in Kohima. I've been in Kohima quite often, but I have never visited this center. I've heard about my friend a lot, since as he said, we're a partner in during previous projects too. So that project I'll come into a bit later. So as Sir has given me a very nice introduction about me, and thank you for that. And the topic for today's discussion is research funding, key to facility of faculty development and institutional growth. So now when we say science, science has done lots of development for the society. What we are here today, what am I using this, this board is because of science. So science has done a lot for us, and that's what is through research fundings. So that we'll try to understand. So my name is Laisam Santi Kumar Singh. Presently I'm associated with Downtown University, and earlier I was working for an institute known as IBSD in Sikkim. So I was there for almost 12 years in the previous institute. So now, before going into details about the topic, let us try to think about what is knowledge. As Albert Einstein has said in his theme, imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited to all we know and understand, while imagination embraces the entire world and all thereof will be known and understand. Let me say that knowledge only provides as a foundation. If you do not imagine things, then things will not propel ahead. It's only because of the imagination, the thought process, we can propel or go ahead further. Knowledge, no doubt, is required, but it's only for our understanding. If we do not propel the understanding through our imagination, then things will not be moving ahead. That's what the famous worker or the scientist, what everyone knows, even a child knows today, has informed earlier. So now, imagination is the foundation for any inventions. You can think of that. So through imaginations, you get different ideas, and once you got ideas, then you got the hypothesis. So the hypothesis becomes now the base thing, the concept, the idea for our any kind of a research project. Okay, so now let's go into project and research projects. So any kind of projects what we have may not be considered as research project. Research projects are considered only when they have got some researchable issues or researchable themes in that. When we say researchable themes, what are they? This last line says that capable of being investigated by using certain research tools or methods in a systematic way. So that's what research projects are all about. Any kind of research, any kind of project cannot be a research project unless you have some methods or tools through some systematic inquiry. So that's what is known as your research project. Now, coming to topic, when you say topic, what is the topic? My topic or your topic may not be similar. Madam may be having similar topics, or XYZ may be having similar topics. The topic is what? Topic is the one what the researcher is interested in. Okay? So when we want to choose a topic, we should be choosing the research topic of my interest. Isn't it? If I don't have interest in that, then how will I do that? If I do not know cooking, then how can I serve the customer? Isn't it? So the topic should be of my interest first. Okay? And it should be very, very well defined, and for any successful project to go ahead, one should have a very, very well-defined research project in that. Okay? Now, choosing the project, research project is not a one-day job. It's always a continuous process. That means it requires refinement. It is not that today you choose a project, then it can be finalized. No. It requires thought. It requires lots of consideration. It requires lots of positive thinking in that. Then only you can explore many things. It requires several kind of refinements through different opinions. It is not that research is not only limited to myself. It's always a consultative process. Once you consult each other, then we get different opinions. My opinion and your opinion can be merged together, then you can get better things to go ahead. That's what, to choose a topic, one has always to be consultative in nature. One should not be confined in the four wall. One should explore. Okay, now how to select a project? As I said, one has to always do the brainstorming within myself. I should be thinking day and night, what should I be doing? Okay, and the topic what we are going to choose should be able to read by everybody. It should be understandable, and there should be at least some foundation of literature for that. Otherwise, how will you think about it? Okay, then ensure that it is manageable. The topic what you are going to choose should be manageable, because now the time is limited, as all know. So within the time frame, the topic should be manageable within and also within the available facility. It has to be confined to that. And once you choose a topic, then you must have certain keywords, certain ideas. By just seeing the keyword, the catchwords, one should be able to know, oh, once this keyword is there, then this is what the topic can say about. Okay? And it should also have the same thing, it should be very, very focused. When you're choosing a research topic, it should always be focused, and it should always have a readable to the other person. The other person now, whatever we are serving, whatever, any kind of restaurant, whatever you are serving, it is to the taste of the customer, isn't it? So the topic what I am choosing should be able to be comprehensible to the readers. Okay, now let's go one more thing here. What is meant by the basic or the applied research? As we know, the basic or the fundamental research and the applied, there are two aspects. So now, what is this basic research? All of you know what is it. It is a type of research, what you know, where just to improve certain existing theories and some fundamentals, or to choose the existing theory to add some ideas to that. That is what is known as your basic research. And the basic research, it doesn't have any kind of immediate application. Whereas some examples, as we all know, whatever the examples, very common examples I've given here, I do not read out. Then when you go to applied research, what does it mean? Applied research means what? It is always trying to solve some issues of the society. Certain issues of the problem faced by the society, you want to solve that. So that is what is known as your applied research. And it should always have a commercial objective in that. Either inform the product, it can be product also, or it can be formulation, it can be procedure, or it can always be some service also. So this all comes under your applied research. And it is always designed to solve the issues being faced by today's world. Whatever the problem we are facing in today's world are to be solved through research. So that's why the applied research always has a solution, or is intended to have a solution for the problem being faced by the society at large in today. And it is example, as you said, I'm just giving one example, development of a biopesticide from certain herbs of northeast region of India. So now, we all know that northeast region of India is very, very rich in its resources. We keep on telling that. So we want to explore that. So that is what you're going to apply in the field. So that is what is known as your biopesticides, isn't it? We all know consuming chemicals is harmful for the soil or for the human health. So if you convert them in terms of biopesticide, then it will be healthier. So this comes under your applied aspect of research. Okay, now before going to how you formulate a research project. So these are some of the agencies. Now, research project, any institute, maybe the Downtown University or the government college here in Kohima, it may not have sufficient fund. So now there are government bodies, the funding agencies, which tries to give you fund for different research projects. Some of the funding agencies, what is highlighted here are the DST, very well known, very common to you, the DBT, and the ICMR or the ICAR, the DAE, that is Department of Atomic Energy, and then UGC very common, and the Ministry of Environment and Forest, then AICTE, and even the DRDO that funds project. And for those who are not into science background, so they can even seek fund from Indian Council of Social Science Research. So this all, apart from this, there can be many agencies. I've just listed out few of them which very commonly gives research funding to the workers. Okay, so in this also the young students, they can even apply for Young Scientist Award or Young Scientist Scheme. There are many schemes under these funded agencies. There are different schemes. One have to just go into the website and check for the different schemes where you're fit into that. Okay, so now as I said, how to the selecting a research problem, it is not a very easy task, and it is also not one day job, is always a time consuming, and it requires a logical thinking. It always requires a positive thought. It is not that I can finish the task of writing a project today. No, whenever any call comes and maybe your senior or maybe your superior says, please apply that, it is not that you can finish in one day. It requires time, because you have to be thinking very logically. You have to put your thought in that. So please always think that positively, then one can do it. If you think logically, then if you think very logically, very positively, then things can be achieved. This is what the risk. See, everyone has the potential. It is not that we all are not potential enough. We all are potential enough. We are not thinking in the right way. This is what I want to say. Okay, and one has always to have the self-encouragement. It is not that XYZ from Guwahati, from Mumbai are able to achieve. I can achieve. We can achieve. That's what we should be thinking of that. That's what self-encouragement is. And we should be consultative. One should be consultative. One should think about others, he can help me or not. And one have to be very cooperative to each other. So this is the way how the project, and the project writing also can be in a local regions or the country specific, or even can be global in nature. Say for example, we can pick up some issues of Kohima, some issues of Mokokchung area, or some issues of the More, very remote place in Manipur, isn't it? So those areas one can think, and we can think of the area in a very global nature also. So this is the way how one can select of writing a research proposal or a project. Now there are some considerations one have to just give in thought. Now whenever any funding agency, what I listed out, if they just put out the call, then one has to think in mind that, okay, what is the nature of the proposal, whether they're a single institute or whether you are going to have a multi-institution approach. If you have a multi-institution approach, then you should have a coordinator. So for example, we want to work out with Kohima Science College and Downtown University, then we should have a coordinator. Someone has to be coordinator among us. So that is known as coordinator, isn't it? And apart from that, there should be an investigator, the chief investigator. So under that's what we call them as principal investigator, right? And under the PI, you'll be having another co-PI. The co-PI can be variable, can be 1 or 2. In case the PI is not able to handle the task properly, then the co-PI can be consulted and take help of him. And the very important thing is that endorsement letter. So now the university or the institute has to endorse you or myself that he or she is a legitimate, he's a legitimate worker of the institute, a very good resource of the institute. So that has to be endorsed by the institute. So this is a time-consuming process. Why I'm putting it here is because many of us, while writing a project, we feel that, oh, ye to baad mein kar dega. So it is time-consuming because official thing, right? So one has to apply it before, because at that time your submission that will be over. So these are few considerations one has to keep in mind when formatting a research project. Okay, now the main point what we're going to discuss today is everything is being highlighted here. Now what it says is certain points or the general format for formalizing a research project. So there are the main headings, but in some proposals this heading may vary depending upon the type of the funding agency. So now the first thing is the project summary. Okay, in the project summary what one should have is the project summary will comprise of a brief introduction about the project, what we discussed earlier, and it should also have a brief background history of the project, what you're going to work on, very brief in nature, and then 1 or 2 lines about previous work done by the individual, if at all you have. If not, then some other literatures done by other people, maybe globally or maybe regionally. So that, and then your objectives. The summary is very, very important. From the summary only, the reviewer will be seeing what this particular worker is going to highlight in his work. So summary making is very, very important because it comprises, again I'm repeating, it comprises your work, the brief introduction, the objectives, previous work done, as well as the global or the national status of the work in a very brief manner. So that is very interesting and important too. And then other things are introduction, whatever, it will be very, very broad in nature, and how the project has originated, how the concept came in your mind. That's how the origin of the proposal. You can write in that way. What motivated you to work on that issue? That's how it originated. And the rationale, the purpose, the basis. Here I said the rationale of the study is supported by literature. The basis, the reasoning. Why are you doing that work? That's very important, the rationale. Every time they ask what is the foundation or the reason for you to do the work. That is important. Again, hypothesis, as I said, hypothesis is the premise, the foundation, the theory. I am proposing this theory to do that work. So that is again very important. And to do that theory, to do that work, you have to put some queries, some questions in your mind. To answer those hypotheses, one have to put some questionnaires, some questions to that. So to fulfill that questions, one have to again plan in that way. Now again, if you write in detail all the work done by, similar work done in national or the international status as per your chosen topic. And again the relevance, the work what you're choosing today, whether is it really relevant in today's society or not. Because as I said, whatever work we're doing, it has to be relevant in today's context. Whether the work is really relevant or not, that also you have to write in 1 or 2 lines. Okay? And again, the initial work done. Whether any work has been initiated by you or not. If at all you do not have any work done, because all of freshers, we all know that, then you can still write that, okay, I have initiated some sample collection work, at least I have visited the site, so that can also be an initial work. Okay? So because whenever you do not have any initial work to be shown, then the reviewer feels that, oh, this guy is simply applying, maybe he is not fully interested to do it. So that kind of impression, to avoid that, one must show some data on initial work done. And very important other thing is the objectives. How you choose the objective. What are your intentions of doing the work? What is your aim of the work? So that is important. And to achieve those aims and objectives, the aims, the intentions, you are going to make the work plan. Okay? The strategy, how you are going to make the work plan to fulfill all those queries, to fulfill all your intentions, one have to make a work plan. And very important thing is now, time is limited for all. The timeline. No doubt I have given all the work plan to be done, but the timeline is very important. Within this work, within this time frame, I must be finishing this task. That time is very important. Okay, now, for anything we require budget, we require fund, because without fund, nothing is possible. The function what we are having today also requires money, isn't it? So fund making or the financial planning is very, very important, and that should be very, very logical in nature. We should not be proposing many fund also. As per the logic, one must put the fund for your project requirement and the existing facility required. What are the facilities you have in the institute? See, if at all your university doesn't have any facility, then they will not give any funding. At least you require something to show, isn't it? So you must always show everything, whatever the infrastructure is available within you that you can show. And another very important thing is the personal profile of the individual worker. By seeing the profile, the reviewing agency or the funding agency will now be seeing, oh, this individual has done some work in this area, then he can at least have a second thought. The CV making is very, very important of the PI as well as the co-PI. The expertise, no doubt, so some of the workers in your institute may not be 100% involved in the work, but you can take the help of this worker or that worker without being a PI or the co-PI. That can also be mentioned. I am not taking him as a PI or the co-PI because he is busy in some task, but I can still consult for his expertise. That can be mentioned. That's what expertise available within the institute. Okay, now whatever was the project, how you are going to apply. Now, with this example, this is one example what I proposed this project and it's been sanctioned to me in Downtown University. With this example, I am going to highlight how the work can be proceed for writing a project proposal. Everything I have highlighted earlier, how to write the project proposal, the different scopes, what are the different formats. Now here, I have chosen a topic what is known as, this is an example, okay, just to know how to write a project proposal. So here, I have chosen a topic known as performance evaluation of an effective PGPR strain as bioinoculant for use in the production of organic tea. So here, there are two terms. That is, I am going to use the PGPR strain as an inoculum, as an addition to the tea garden to make them organic in nature. Two concepts. One is the making of the biofertilizer. Another one is the converting the garden into organic. Okay. So the summary comprises what? What summary says? What I am trying to tell you here is the concept driven by the consumers' taste and interest and health consciousness among people, there is demand for the organic tea. So now the tea has been growing in this Assam and Darjeeling area, or Sikkim area for quite many years. So they are applying chemical fertilizers to that. The soil health is degrading day by day. And sometimes the chemical also goes into the tea in the long run. So now the consumers are now aware that we have to now convert into organic. Now we know that Sikkim is organic in food, organic food. Even some Kohima also, I think in the Makokchung area, they are not using any chemicals, isn't it? So now people are aware. So even the tea gardens or the tea planters are now interested in making the tea plantations as organic. So that was the concept behind the proposal being submitted. Now that is, the project is already sanctioned. I'm working on that. Okay. So now, as I said, we have to mention some initial work done in the summary itself. The organism what I am highlighting here is known as Bacillus altogenes MS16. So this organism already is established organism in some other crop. The organism is established in mustard plant. It is successfully able to produce organic mustard plantation in case of mustard plant, but not tested in tea plants. Okay, that's what the previous work done is important here, isn't it? So once you highlight that, and people will come to know that, okay, the reviewer comes to know that, okay, this work has been done in the other system. You are now going to explore in a different system, whether it is feasible or not. That is the issue. What that is the project. That is the practical work. If it is feasible or not, that's fine. If feasible, then it's all good. Okay. So that was a proposal we have analyzed. Okay. Yeah. Then objective. So for this project, I have chosen 4 objectives. So now when writing a project, please do not try to make many objectives. Maximum, as sir knows very well, maximum 3 or at the most 4. Sometimes we feel that writing many objectives will be fulfilling. No. Making limited objectives and try to fulfill the task what is being provided under the project. So these are objectives, as I have highlighted. Performance evaluation of a PGPR trade or the bacterial strain, what I have already been informed earlier, and that organism I am going to try in different locations, multi-locations in different tea gardens. Maybe in one garden it may be successful, in the other garden may not be, in the third garden may be successful. So that trial we are going to do in different places. Once that is successful, then you are going to increase the production. Okay. Once it is successful, then we are going to make a demonstration to the workers, tea workers, and if those planters accepted our product, then we will go for the commercialization. Okay, very clearly chosen the objectives. That is, I got some of the projects also. So other projects may not be very suitable to understand. So I brought this one to make it more understandable. Very crisp objectives we have chosen here. Yeah, again, the keywords, the catchwords, the important words for the project. As I said, why do I want to put the, when I said Bacillus altogenes MS16 strain, there is one I'm working on that, isn't it? And what I want to make it as bioinoculant. When I say bioinoculant, it is something you are adding to the soil system. Okay. So the catchword is very important in writing a project. Yeah, here again, there are 2 concepts one must understand here. The output and the outcome. Okay. When we say output of a project, When we say out, in my project, what was the concept here? In my project, the concept was making biofertilizer and then making the tea garden as organic. The output could be, what could the output? Can anyone guess? I said output will be in a smaller sense and the outcome will be in a bigger sense. What could be the output here in my project? That is performance evaluation of anything. Can you guess, anyone? No. Okay, I'll tell you. Why I am bringing this example is just to understand that because while writing a project, this term always comes, output and outcome. When we say output, it is a bit limited term. Okay, the output of today's function is what? The output of today's function is you and me interacting, isn't it? It's a limited output, limited result. Both are the result. Output and outcome are result. The output of today's interaction, you and me, is what? Interaction between you and me. In a larger sense, it is also an association between your Kohima College and Downtown University. That becomes a bit broader, no? Understand now? Okay. So now I am coming back here. When I said my output was making biofertilizer, this one, and outcome will be to make the tea garden organic. Huge thing, right? Are you able to understand the difference between output and outcome? Okay. Everything is written here. I am just explaining in brief. It is not required. Okay, then how the proposal has originated, as I was telling you, what is the concept of the proposal being coming into picture? As I said, people now are aware that using different chemical pesticides are not suitable, are not sustainable for the ecological, and they are not required, and the natural habitat are being polluting, everything is there, and then we are now going for a novel strain application of strains as biofertilizers. So that is what the origin of the proposal, how it originated, what the thought process of your writing the project is to be highlighted in your origin of the proposal. If I keep on reading, then time will be there. Okay, not required. Yeah, the hypothesis. Okay, what is hypothesis now? In my case, what is hypothesis? Hypothesis is what? The biofertilizer, what I am going to produce, whether it will be applicable in tea gardens or not. It may not be applicable. As I said, it was applicable in mustard, right? It was successful. But in case of tea plantations, whether it will be really successful or not, we do not know. It's a question mark, it's a query, isn't it? We have to try to find out. Now, if it is successful, then we are going to now devise a suitable formulation that will be enable us to produce the organic tea. Okay, this is just a hypothesis, the concept, the idea. If it is successful, then your project becomes successful. So hypothesis is just the premise, the thought process. The initial work done, as I said, initial work done is very important while writing a research project. The same thing I again keep on telling you, this organism in question is the one for which work has been done by our group, and that is successful in the other crop system. We are trying to work in other crop, that is the tea plant. Okay? Yeah, the initial work, what it can be written in a graphical manner also, or it can even be highlighted. So this work has been published earlier by our workers, isn't it? So that can also be highlighted. Once you saw the previous work done which is being published, then the reviewer feels that, oh, this means 100% the work has been done in some of the system, and now they're proposing for another area. So that becomes a good foundation for the project being considered. The review of the work in the related area, what are the different kind of work being done throughout the world, internationally. Okay, it just highlight. Maybe some bacillus strains has been worked out, but not the exact strain what we have worked out, isn't it? The national status, maybe some Goswami et al. Has worked in some other plant system. Yeah, again here, as far as our work is concerned, we come to know some limited information was available on the plant, on the organism who has got dual nature. Our organism was having dual nature of its profile. That means the organism was able to have PGPR trait. When you say PGPR, that means it enhances the plant growth. At the same time, the organism was able to kill the plant pathogen. That's called dual nature. So that kind of information was limited in other literature. So that again gives a added advantage to the proposal. So when you're writing a proposal, one must have thorough knowledge of the other review work. Yeah, as I said, the importance of the work in today's context. Why it is important, the work, isn't it? The work plan, if the in detail write as per the objectives, I only formed 4 objectives, right? For the first objective, what are your methods to write in detail? Okay, from starting what you are going to do with the strain and what at what stage what you're supposed to do. Everything for the first objective one has to write in detail what to be done. Yeah, second objective. Okay, for the second objective also you should be writing in detail what are the real work you are going to perform with regard to the objective. Okay, see I am not reading the whole thing because it may not be relevant to you. I just brought this topic for it as an example. The third objective again. The third objective, what I am trying to do is, since the organism was successful in my experimental field in the tea garden, now I have to now formalize in which medium which one is better. Say for example, when we are using different cooking oils, which cooking oil gives us more taste? Isn't it? The same example here. Which medium is more supportive for the growth of this organism? Isn't it? That's my third objective. And again the fourth objective is what? Making it commercialization aspect last, and the making the demonstration for how to apply in the tea gardens. Once everything was successful, this becomes the last objective. Once this is successful, then your project becomes success. The time schedule, as I said, time is very important. One has to be very, very careful in writing, while writing a project, making the time schedule. Time schedule is very, very important. In the first year, now usually what happens is, nowadays projects are being granted for 3 years. What the project we worked with Dr. Maukum, it was for 5 years. And the project, again it continued for another 1.5 years. The project in fact went for more than 6 years, what the project we did along with him. So nowadays, all the projects are being provided for 3 years. Any funding agency, because time is limited, isn't it? And even though the time is limited, one has to be very, very precise enough in writing what you are supposed to do in the first year, and the first year can be divided into different quarters. The first quarter, in the first quarter what you are supposed to do, second quarter what you are supposed to do, in the fifth and the fourth quarter what you are supposed to do, everything has to be written in the project proposal. Okay, again same thing with second year also, divided into different quarters, but this follows as per your objective. It is not simply writing. As per your objective, you are now going to formalize into different quarters and then write the proposal. Similarly, third year also like that, make into 3 quarters, 4 quarters. Yeah, the timeline can be given in this format as well. Okay, as I said, nowadays they have been given for 36 months. So in first 6 months, what are supposed to do? In the next 12 months, what are supposed to do? Okay, everything is given here. Even to appoint a project staff, you can mention there. Okay, and to buy the different equipments and the report submission, everything can be written in this proposal timeline. Okay, and who is going to ultimately use your product, if at all it is successful, so that can be written there. Yeah, the same thing what I have been explaining to you. What is the difference between outcome and output? So in my project, the biofertilizer will be developed. That is the output. Okay, the small result. Outcome becomes the bigger issue. That is the making organic tea, isn't it? Okay. Please, why? Because one becomes very confused when it's a what a result. What is the difference? Output and outcome. Okay. The budget is now. See here. The budget throughout the world is shrinking, you know that. Every organization, everybody is now trying to minimize their expenditure. Even Elon Musk, the very famous millionaire, he wants to reduce his expenditure, isn't it? So making a budget is very, very important. Budget is shrinking, is reducing, and one must write very, very logical budget while proposing a research proposal. So there are basic two components. One is recurring and another one is non-recurring. When we say recurring, what does it mean? It means it keeps on repeating for the coming next year as well. That means your manpower, the salary, whatever the student you are going to choose, there is a manpower. So that becomes your recurring, the consumables, the travels. Okay. Now the overheads. The overhead is the budget where it goes to the institute. Your institute has got 4 walls because you are here because of the institute, isn't it? So institute gets some funding because of the project that is known as the overhead. So institute becomes very happy when you get a project, isn't it? Because they get this few amount in their fund. Okay. So they always encourage the workers who brings project. Okay. And non-recurring is the one what we call them as capital. That is investment, only one time investment, the equipments. Okay. And one have to make, what is it? I'm finishing 1 second. Yeah. So now, when you're making the budget for the workers, it depends upon the type of workers what you propose. You can even propose workers at a lower level, depending upon the type of work, or you can even propose them at a bit higher level, JRF, or you can even propose more experience, the SRFs, isn't it? So that has to be justified. Justification for the manpower, whether you require one JRF or whether you require some more JRF, that has to be, with justification if you write, then it is approvable. Consumables, whatever the consumables you require for the project, there should be always, and if you require some most costly consumables, maybe you may require some chemical from Sigma or maybe from some other foreign chemicals. So if you justify it with reasonable amount that so and so work requires high end or very, very precise chemicals, then if you put a justification, then the worker knows, the reviewer knows that okay, this is justifiable. And travels. For doing a project work, one need to travel to some places, maybe for sample collection, for meeting, or any kind of purposes. So if you justify it, then it is almost feasible. And that has to be year-wise. In first year, how much? Second year, third year? Okay? Yeah, the contingencies are the daily costs required for doing a project. Okay? Any project running requires some contingency grant. That is, any kind of activities, what is required for daily activities, that is known as your contingency grants. The budget equipments, for the budget, equipments. So now equipment, you can even purchase foreign equipments also. Here I have highlighted just an example I'm telling you. Indigenous equipments, but you can even propose higher end equipments. You may say that my project requires high end equipment. Maybe sir has got some, you have got GCMS right here? You don't have, okay, maybe Nagli News has that. The Zabe sir has that. Yeah. So if you require high-end equipments, that can be proposed here as well. So as during our project with sir, we have proposed one GCMS, right? That's what sir said, it's there in DST. Yeah, now there is one small consideration one should keep in mind. Any kind of proposal writing, if you have some existing works, previous work, if you try to highlight that, then it becomes a bit convenient for the worker, reviewer, to understand, okay, this individual has been working, continuously working, and they feel a bit, okay, he has got some interest in working that. Okay, if you have, you can always put into that, and it is not always that
always the worker who has got good track record, good, no, this is not the case. Again, second point says that also the priority may be given to new researchers, because we also need to encourage the new young ones, right? If young ones not come, then how the things will go on? So young one also should have a focused mind for giving a new proposals. Okay? Yeah, and the next point what it says is, if your work, if at all it has got some industry oriented application, then you can highlight that. 1 or 2 lines, my outcome or my project result will be of interest to X, Y, Z industry, and it becomes more favorable again. So what it says is, it is not that if you do not apply, you do not get. If you apply, then only you get. It is something that, again what I said is, grants are the what? This is the monies which will never be paid back, isn't it? You are getting money from government, you are not going to give it back. So that why the purpose of making the sentence is that we have to utilize them very, very judiciously. The money what the government gives is not going to be given back by you again. That means you are going to utilize it very, very judiciously. Okay? That, how will they judge it? They will judge it by seeing your detailed justification, by seeing at what area you are going to utilize. Say for example, you may write that I may travel to Dimapur for quite often. It may be not justifiable. That's what I said, it should be justifiable, because the money will never be given back to them. So they want to know at what area you are going to use it. The methods already I have highlighted. Yeah, one important thing is that if your project has got some ethical considerations, then you must have the clearance of that earlier. Maybe if your organization doesn't have an ethical board, then you can approach nearer, this DST Council or Nagaland University, just to make a clearance of any ethical issues if you have within the project. That's important. Yeah, this already I have discussed how to make the personal requirement budgets. Here, it says that revising your proposal. What is the proposal I have written? It is not 100% foolproof. I have to again give to my peer reviewers. Please don't think that he or she is junior, I should not be giving to him. No. We shouldn't be of that opinion. In research or in writing of any scientific grants, we never treat anybody as a senior or junior. When sir was working with us, I think there was a madam from NCBS, I think even Shannon was there. This is an American, okay, one madam from ZKVK. So they were all seniors, and they even take our words also. In research, there is nobody called senior or junior. So one have to take opinion from each other. Okay, that's what the purpose is. Yeah, here again it says, please do not feel ashamed. Whenever we ask for money, money for what? Money for doing research work. Why should I be ashamed for that? If I give full justification, that's not the same, isn't it? And again it says, you may not be successful in one time. We must keep on trying. All the youngsters must try at least. At least writing a project, one must try. Okay? And one must have to understand from the rejected proposals. And please do not keep the rejected proposals aside. There must be some feedback to be given. Please work out on that. Based on that only, we will be now going to write next proposal, isn't it? And as I keep on telling that, always be positive. See, today your concept may not be relevant. Maybe after 2 years it may become relevant, isn't it? So please be positive while always writing a research proposal. So this is what the project, we have worked with the sir, and in this project what happened is, there were 9 PIs, you know that? 9 PIs throughout India. Sir was one, I myself was one, and Javed sir was one, and someone from Nehu, and someone from Manipur also there, and somebody from Bangalore, someone from I think Jammu, somebody was there? Yeah, so there are almost 9 PIs, imagine. And it ran to almost how many crores? Yeah, some huge crores money, you know. But it got sanctioned because we all have given inputs with different justifications. isn't it? So that was the work I was about to highlight here, but unfortunately these two was going blank. Anyway, that's no matter. So now, what it says is, because of that project, many students got benefited, isn't it? I was just speaking to a principal today morning, but the sir was telling that your scholar got PhD awarded. So that is an outcome of doing a research project. By doing a research project, the student get benefited, isn't it? So that was the benefit I was about to share you. And this is one of the images where my scholars and myself, and this appeared in the DBT website, where our images has been captured during our report submission, and they have just released it in the year 2025, recently, February. Okay? So with this, I would like to thank, nothing is there. So with this, if there is anything we can discuss, I'll be very happy to have any discussion, which will be, if at all I am not able to answer it, then sir will be able to give a point to us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Most of the statements, the explanations, it came out of experience. He spoke from out of his experience. I could feel him when I was just listening to his talks, because he was so detailed, even up to giving these, even up to this, our college getting benefited when we do research, that overhead charges. And then there are so many important points that which he mentioned, which you will not find in the book, okay? If you go and check out the website, you will not find those information. And we are very happy, sir,
Yes, sir.
to get all those important points and explanations, your thoughts, experience, and then how to look into these research proposals and how to write proposals and how do we handle different aspects that are required in writing the proposals. Very, very interesting. And now I think we'll give time to the participants. Like,
Yes,
if you have any questions, please put forward your questions. I think, sir, to both speakers. I think the questions are open for both to both the speakers. So, sir, you may please come up and sit here. So, any questions from any one of us here? Yeah, please. Many of you will be tickling your brains. Like, we have a thought, like, how do I start with writing the proposal, right? Which specialist, which area of problem should I focus? I think we normally do that, right?
Yes.
What are the recent research that is going in this area? What X, Y, Z people are in that university are doing?
Yes, yes.
We do a lot of research, and then we do a lot of consultations. We take opinion from many people. Yeah, if you do you have a question? Anyone? Any question? Like, I think you may have a question like I know. So, sir, like, can you please tell us, after submitting it,
Yes.
like, what can we expect from the, how do the funding agency responds, and then how do we go about with that? Can you just, because that was a little part missing in that area, so if you can just tell them. Suppose we have already written the proposals, we have uploaded, we have submitted, and then we wait, and after that point onwards, what do we do? What can we expect?
Yeah, see, actually what happened is, I think it's working, yeah. See, once, see, there are, nowadays, in earlier format, there were no online submission. So we used to submit proposals by post. You write everything, put in an envelope, and send to the funding agency. Funding agency takes time to open it. Nowadays, it's very easy. The website gives everything, okay? You just fill it up, everything is there, filled up, click submit. Now, once the deadline is over, they'll close it, and then again open, it will be taken and sent to different reviewers. Reviewers, sometimes you can also choose. That I forgot to mention here. The reviewers can be chosen by you. The subject expert area can be chosen by you. It is not that they'll give to them, okay? They'll just, why you're giving them that the funding agency is judging that you know the expert who knows about your thing as well. Okay? So now they may send to them also, and the reviewer again will put a query to you if at all they feel something is missing, isn't it? In my case, one of my project, which is not this one, another project, these were funded by DST, other one was funded by DBT, but it's only working in downtown, that underwent 9 times revision, 9 times. I'm telling you, it went 9 times revision. They keep on putting queries, and there we've got 3 PIs. Myself one from Silchar, and one from Shillong, CIU Shillong. Okay, 3 were there. So we have revised it 9 times I said. Okay, they put on questioning how actually you are going to execute, this point is missing, that point is missing, isn't it? So we keep on again revising it, again send back. So it took almost 6 months to get the revisions done. Okay, so it is not always very easy to get the revise being done, but if you write the real points what they want, then it is succeeded. So it is that whatever you have written, they may feel something is missing. They may always put some queries to that, but we should be justifying to that again. And once you start getting the revisions, then you could be at least optimistic, because he or the reviewer is at least interested to know more details about it. And if you do not hear much about that, then maybe more than 1 year or so, then we may not be thinking too much hopeful of that. I have 3 are rejected in my submission. 3 projects were rejected. Then I asked what to do, because I spent much time on that. See, writing a proposal takes time. You devote the time on that, and if you do not get any response, you feel so inside. Then ultimately you put an email to them, they don't respond. And in my case, what happened is, other reviewer has not given good comment. That's why it didn't come back to me. So if it is more than 1 year, then we may not be so hopeful. If it comes within 6 months or so, then to some extent we can be hopeful. But in another case, I can get an example as to you. The DBT has given 10% of the, we all know that DBT has given 10% of their annual budget to Northeast region. So in such cases, that they are, even after 1 year also, the projects do keep on coming. That means the fund is still there, isn't it?
Never get exhausted.
Yeah, never get exhausted. So 10% budget, all over India, there may be 100%. So 90% is for the other states, and the 10% is for the northeastern states. So we are not utilizing much of the budget, isn't it? So we should be writing more proposals and more submission to the funding agencies. So hopefully, even if after 1 year also, the Northeast grants may be released. But other general grant may not be released if it is more than 1 year, but the DBT grants may be released. Because the 10% budget cap is still there, no? If they do not get exhausted, then we are hopeful that they may get.
Any queries? Any questions? Yeah, please. Yeah, please.
Sir, regarding the use of AI tools, especially in research, how do we, evade plagiarism, especially when we use AI tools?
Very cutting,
Regarding plagiarism, like the tools that are available, I personally used Turnitin and all. Nowadays, like you have to be, again, it's like we have to first thing see the competency or like the software that you're using that has been commonly used or accepted by the research fraternity, or you can say accepted by the institute. Okay, basically Turnitin is one of the common plagiarism software. But what you want to know is, can I get it again? What you want to?
Sir, if I use
Yes. Yes.
how do I evade that?
that is what I told in my case of presentation also during what we are doing in case of by using ChatGPT. If you are writing something, it is summarizing the thing, it is taking from different sources ultimately. But again, it is our responsibility to rephrase it. Because a human intervention should be there, must be there. If it is fully dependent on the AI tool, it is not suggestible. Because even if you nowadays new plagiarism softwares are coming up, where it can be said that it can be proved that it has been directly copied from ChatGPT, because it is most commonly used. So new plagiarism softwares are also coming up where it is actually catching up or tracking the sources from the AI tools, whether how much percentage of AI application has been used in this particular write-up. So how much AI assistant has been involved in this particular research article. That type of things are also coming up in a plagiarism also. So that is why what you say, again I am repeating, AI tools should be used for our assistant, but we cannot fully rely before submitting. Okay, you have summarized the thing with the help of ChatGPT, or you have got the thing materials. But again, what I will suggest is use your own framings and rephrasings of your own, so that it should not be as it is, that is from ChatGPT. Okay, that is not suggestible at all, because otherwise nowadays by seeing the answers also, like we are being as a faculty also, sometimes we see a lot of assignments, all same source. We can easily catch up those, like okay, you have copied from ChatGPT's coding has been directly you have taken from ChatGPT. We can get it, so it can easily be understandable, the language, the way of explanation. But if you do the same thing, maybe the same content, if I ask this 4 or 5 students to write of their own, definitely there will be a difference in writing. So the best thing is you can get assisted, you can summarize the great articles for your research work and articles, but again, you have to utilize your own intelligence and your own ideas, rephrasing and reframing for writing your research paper. That is what I'll suggest always. Get help, but use your own ideas while writing a research article. Anything?
I hope your query is answered. Like, yeah, we have to use our brain. We have to use our brain. Yeah, that's it. Any more questions? Yeah. Sir, yeah.
Thank you both speakers. Very enlightening topics. My question is for Sir. What if the output is not positive? How do we go about it? Like you have done 5 research projects. So were all the projects outcome was positive, or what if it's not as expected, no, the result? So what is the response from the funding agency?
Every year the report is reviewed. If you submit the real work as it is without getting a positive result, there is no issue. They just want to know whether as per the objective you have performed the task. Initially you have thought that the work I may get positive result, but the end result may turn out to be negative. There is no harm in that. It has happened. It has happened quite often many times. So that is what again they say that even after finishing the 3 years, what we call it as project completion report, the tax time. project completion report acceptance next time. Our report acceptance was happened recently.
Mine is still 3 years pending.
Yeah. So that means the project, your time can be completed in 5 hours when it was 6 years.
Yes, 6 years.
In 6 years,
Twice.
the work was over. But still they didn't accept the report. That means whatever we have submitted, they are reviewing it. It may be positive or negative, doesn't matter. They always see whether the work has been done as per the objective solution. Okay? As I said, if at all the work, all the project work, whatever has been sanctioned by any funding agency, if they all get positive result, then we will be somewhere above. Isn't it? Everybody. They also know that. I also know my student, whatever I am delivering to my student, some may not be getting 60%. Isn't it? In your class also. That is known to the principal also. It is known to the vice principal also. Isn't it? So all the outcome may not always be 100% positive. You don't feel it. Okay?
Fail is also a result, pass is also a result. It's just that how do we justify our result? Because when we submit a report, normally we give a justification for why we get such results. And what are the methodologies, what are the problems that we have faced. We give clear justification. Research, technical problems are there. And then sometimes the funding agency problems, sometimes it happens. So the problem can be from the funding agency also. Sometimes the funds are not released, the chemicals or the things that which we required, we could not be able to buy on time. It isn't. Yeah, so there could be multiple reasons for it. But the only thing is that if we can give a proper justification, the correct reasoning, negative is also result, positive also result. So it's okay. Yeah. Any more questions? I think if possible, whether as I asked earlier, whether you can give any tools demo.
Tools are basically all open source tools required. Means doesn't require free sign up is required. Let's suppose I talk about Khanmigo. That is very teacher assistant AI. That is required. It's a freely available online. You need to freely sign up there. And step by step, whatever you are required, you can so but other AI tools like Turnitin all need certain subscriptions required. And open source, currently I won't be able to show those things because this internet connection is required. And I have not yet signed up the Khanmigo also as of now because that requires certain process. So you can try out of your own. These are very easily available tools for teaching assistant, like for reviewing also, for literature review also. Those that I had given, that open source require free sign up is required for individual, and then you have to just select those papers and all, whatever you are required from the domain, and you can easily get those things. So as of now, the things that I have said cannot be shown as of because it requires free sign up and all. Little bit process is there. But I think you can use of your own with free signing up and accessing because all the step-by-step manuals are there. And but certain analytics tools definitely in future will come up if we get more opportunities of discussing. There we can, in these details, we can discuss on tools and techniques, how hands-on tools and techniques related to data analytics part. We can in future definitely because these other tools which are available related to plagiarism checking or literature reviews are easily can be done. But most challenges lies on the tools related to data analysis that requires certain knowledge, backend prerequisite knowledge as required. I think in future if we get an opportunity, we'll definitely look for like hands-on practice of those tools. That will be much more helpful, I think.
You. If there is no more questions, then I think we will just wind it up. This 1T regional seminar. On behalf of the organizers and Koima Science College family, we would like to thank the visiting team from Downtown University for having come here very long distance and then giving us your knowledge, sharing us your knowledge in various topics. I believe all of us are enriched, and then I think we'll be able to give some results out of this seminar. I think at least few teachers will be able to use AI tools much better than earlier. And then I think researchers will also deliver more better results in doing research. And I think faculties, I think will also be inspired, I think we all are inspired or encouraged to write research project proposals, which will directly or indirectly benefit all of us. Thank you to both the speakers. And then thank you to Sir down there also, like for three of you came, right? Yeah, thanks. Thank you so much. And we will end our this seminar, regional seminar here. And before we disperse, we want to have a group photo here inside as well as outside also. Okay, so that's a request from the organizing committee. So I think let's come forward here to take a photo, and then again after that, outside again.